He said, hey, look. He said, hey, look. He said, hey, 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 hey.
Welcome to the Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's another episode of this Snark Tank podcast. That face was crazy, man. Holy shit. You like your brain got hit by a car.
Yeah. I was picturing the whole my grandpa when he was in the hospital looked horrible and it haunts me.
Oh, okay, man. Well, welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. It's me, Chris. It's him it's him, Sweeney. It's him, Derek.
Whatever.
I'd like to meet that goat nigga.
Man.
Yeah, he's a metal guy. Of course you know that shit.
But isn't that like, I feel like that's, yeah, I don't know. I don't care about any of that shit, but
I don't care about anything.
The fact the fact that it makes people mad is what
I think it's
gives
funny.
me excited a little bit that there's
the
goat thing.
Baphomet? What is it? Why is this a subject? Is this in the news or something?
I just like that symbol because I think it's just funny.
Yeah.
Isn't it just like a guy doing this?
It's
Yeah,
a goat
it's a
face
guy,
nigga.
and then it's like it has a goat head or like
Yeah.
a goat skull, isn't it? I think it's just a skull, not actually. Is it a goat or is it a skull?
I think it's a goat.
It's a goat.
Is it a goat?
Yeah, because he's the greatest of all
Yeah.
time.
Why is?
Crazy. You think if you subtract, if you go blow for blow with Baphomet, then you can win. Like if you're just like
Blow for blow with Baphomet.
yeah, but like no demonic power. It's like square up.
So we're throwing
based off his
hands.
build, based off his build, simply off his build.
I'll tear, dude. I've never seen a buff version of Baphomet,
Like
and
just based straight off build.
you also probably don't. If you have a goat head, means you probably have a goat brain. So you
I'd
probably
give him
can't
at least a human, average
fight
human brain,
well.
an
you
average
know?
Twitter person brain.
Probably just runs at you. You know, like how goats do. You know how goats
I would just
like,
get next to a brick
just-
wall. I've always wondered why they don't. In every zombie movie, right, everybody's like panicking. Just go near a window or go near a brick wall. It's
What do
gonna
you
run
mean?
A zombie's gonna run it, and you move out the way, and it
And then
slams
it
into the brick wall. Right
turns
out the
into
window.
pink mist.
I don't think. Well,
It just-
Either its body's integrity's really low, or that nigga was moving.
so I'm thinking of like
they're never moving fast enough to. It's usually like maybe like 5 miles per hour, and
Like-
then they burst into mist.
Like if it's moving fast enough to move and turn into mist, you're not gonna be able to react enough to get out the way of it.
Before we continue, Patreon.com/SnarkTank, SnarkTank.shop. Go over there. I hate forgetting.
please.
Please do
Yeah,
it.
we need it.
We need it. All this is a crazy coincidence. All of our uncles were diagnosed with dying, so we need.
Your uncle's
need-
dying right now.
Yeah,
You gotta give me money. Or I
all
won't
of
help
us at the same time. It was crazy.
Yeah, we need the uncle money, please.
We need
love-
uncle money right
I
now.
love exactly one of my uncles enough to care.
Yeah,
Exactly one. I love one of my uncles enough to care about that.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding at
Do you
all.
just not like your family? I guess
I love some of my family.
some of your family. Yeah.
I really like most of my family. Actually,
I don't.
I can't think of many people that I don't like in my family. Actually,
I love the people that I love my grandma's brothers, so my great uncles. I think they're
except
cool.
my stupid mom and dad and sister and cousin and uncle and aunt and grandmother.
Yeah.
I love my grandma and my sister and her kids.
I don't give a shit about who you love.
Let's go.
We
I don't really give a shit about you either. You ready? You know how I didn't say you, right? You know, so I didn't say I love you, right? Because I don't.
yeah.
When you die, I'ma laugh.
Me too, probably.
Me too.
I definitely think I'll probably laugh because I feel like the situation I would never really put myself in a situation that would be particularly obviously I wouldn't go spelunking, you know?
Yeah.
Or like paragliding or anything like
I feel
that.
bad for people that die in those situations. I feel like it's just like imagine while your head's trapped between two fucking rock formations that every few minutes they shift an inch closer to each other. and you're just like, and half your mouth's in water, and you're like fucking wondering, like, oh my god, my dad told me not to do
A
this.
snake wanders up through the crack and like through your mouth.
It wants
All the
to
way
feel, and
through
it's
you.
like, you're gonna die, you know that, right? And you're like, oh, snakes and talk. Like, yeah, of course we can talk.
Yeah.
I'm only telling you
And
this
you're
because you're
not-
dead.
yeah,
You're never gonna get out of this
You
moment.
can't tell anybody. So
Look at me and my
that's funny.
friends, and he gets a bunch of snake friends and looking at you. You're gonna fucking die, you idiot.
They
like-
point at you. They have a
They
little.
have hands and
They
shit.
inject little hands. Ah!
You know, I could let you out, but
I could help you.
you won't learn any lessons.
I'm not gonna call the cops. If I call the cops, you won't learn anything.
You won't learn anything. I could call the cops with my little snake cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
It holds it with its mouth, opens it with its tail. 9-1. Nah. Have
Put
fun
it
getting
back in
it.
his snake pocket.
Did you see in New York that they were trying to? They're trying to make a specific hotline specifically for CEO crimes or whatever, or crimes against CEOs that was like separate from like a hotline that was separate from 911.
They are sucking them so hard.
It's so
Bro,
funny.
I'm tired of like. It's so like, come on, people! It's so obvious that they never do anything like that for us.
Oh yeah,
And then one little gay ass CEO fucking, meets his untimely demise.
the
And
thing for
then-
me is like he
come on.
literally just like he tripped.
I mean, essentially.
There's no real footage of the bullet entering him.
What?
Like he just he just
exactly.
tripped on the street, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
And then that one bitch, and luckily her charges got dropped because of how fucking dumbass circus bullshit it was.
Oh, that's right. This was a lady, Brianna something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
In the last like week or two, where did you see this?
No, I didn't.
I think she got in trouble because she was like talking to insurance people on the phone.
Yeah, she was talking to like one of the phone representatives.
Yeah. And then she said they were denying a claim, and then what'd she say?
Well, she just said something like, she said the phrase.
Oh,
She
deny,
said,
defend, depose.
depose. Like, you guys are next. And, not the smartest thing to do.
No.
In the, given what's been happening. But then they took it all too seriously. There was this, like, fat, gross sheriff, like stereotypical sheriff that I'm like, of course this guy's like the sheriff of wherever the fuck they are. And they're like, we're going to take those threats very seriously. And he's like drooling and shit. And there's like Cheetos on his desk.
They like arrested her. Like they brought her in.
They arrested her. They were fucking like $100,000 bail and all this shit.
So
like,
insane.
Yeah, and she was just like putting her hands on her. Like she was just like, oh my god, like I ruined my life. This is so crazy.
It's exactly why she's right, though. By the way,
Yeah.
that's exactly like. There's no better way to justify that feeling of like, oh yeah, fuck these people. What the fuck? You're gonna put this woman in jail for like $100,000 because she like threatened you over
Because
the
she was
phone.
frustrated and said
Yeah.
a phrase. And fucking. Luckily, they said they dropped everything because there was a GoFundMe, and then people said that's going to be refunded. So that's good. But
Yeah.
I think it's like somebody figured it out that, hey, maybe this is going to lead to maybe more bullshit happening. Add more fuel to the fire. And-
Oh no!
I know, right? Oh, what a shame!
Yeah.
What a shame!
So they charged him with terrorism.
yeah,
Which, look, I understand the textbook definition of terrorism. I understand.
I still would argue heavily against it. But
Me
yeah, I
too.
get it.
But like, it's just
I'd argue.
well because they wouldn't if it happened to anybody else for the same exact reason, it wouldn't.
well, exactly.
Well, they wouldn't-
That is
yeah.
exactly
I
it
mean,
right there.
yeah, but like, the Ku Klux Klan isn't a terrorist group.
They're not.
No,
What are they? Like a fucking,
they are.
No,
but they're not.
No, but what do they classify? Is it like a charity?
I don't know, a fucking radical, a slightly radicalized group. Even though that is literally
Just
like they
LARPers,
are,
man. They're just
they are I mean,
radical LARPers. I think that's their official titles.
Yeah.
You know, like
the government
they're-
refers to
they're
them.
literal- like it's actual terrorism. Like that is like
course.
textbook. Like
Domestic terrorism.
if you
absolutely.
define what the word means, they are actually terrorists.
Right. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was consistent. If it was consistently applied, it's like sure, yeah, okay, but it's not, and so like fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Well, it's just that's not terrorism.
particularly the way
Well, it
that
is textbook.
I don't think it's sexual terrorism.
particularly the way that we regardless of what it says in the textbook, the way that we the way that we perceive it, because that's what words are.
Truly.
Right, exactly.
Right? And
yeah.
so I'm like, I'm sorry, this guy, what were his demands? I think he was just mad and then killed somebody. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm
everybody else that kills people and then they go
Right.
to jail. So it's like
And there's always a vaguely political reasoning behind every single crime, really.
there
so
is.
it's just like, it's
political is a very wide spectrum, like when you're using the word politics.
Yeah.
And so that's not just fucking dudes in suits or whatever people are thinking in their brains. But that is it's I literally just saw this on the way back. I pulled up my phone and I saw the terrorism thing. Goes Hassan. It was like, oh, he's charged terrorism. This is ridiculous, or something. And then XQC was like, I had to pull this up on Google. This is Google. Look what it says on Google. And I'm like, why is this guy? Why is XQC trying
A Canadian.
a
can't
Canadian,
stand- why
just a dumb moron too that
a
streams.
fucking Canadian meth-addicted troll doll. Get this motherfucker out of here.
Isn't he like a gambling streamer or something?
I hope he
or-
loses everything
He is
today.
literally, but that's crazy.
But I'm just like,
crazy.
why is he like? I feel the need to get involved in these American politics.
I hate
and
how
he's-
badly informed Canadians are about American politics. They never have the right take.
To be fair, I'm
They
also
never do.
But yeah,
I'm really stupid about Canadian politics.
know anything
That's
about
why
it.
I shut the fuck up about it.
Exactly that.
Those
Yeah,
fucking those maple
Trudeau's been in
syrup.
power for like 9 years.
Those maple
Well,
syrup.
I don't understand how
I heard
that
him call
works.
somebody the F word on a video. That's crazy.
Really?
Somebody went up to him and was like, look at this F word, and he ran
Did he
off.
really say that?
And I was like, this guy is so funny, but I
Wait,
know for
so
the
can-
wrong reasons.
I like him now.
Wait, is that real?
It had to have been edited, I think. But I'm like, this is like it doesn't seem edited, but like I can't believe he would say that. But also, he's worn blackface more times than I have. You know,
That is true.
So it's like,
Well,
I do like.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
I guess.
It is
You
that
understand
is
what I
an
mean?
easy bar to clear if you've done it one time. Or are you implying that you've done blackface many a times and he's done
And
many
mine-
more?
Are you inherently doing blackface?
I think
I
that's
get
the thing.
is that the
I
is
exist.
that
I think that's the kind of the part of the joke where it was like it's
I
ridiculous.
think, yeah.
Because I'm a white man the whole time. I've just been choosing to be fucking have a disadvantage.
It's queso.
I mean, there's a lot of
This whole
there's a lot of people that like to do things on hard mode. You know,
Yeah,
that's why From Software is so popular.
Yeah, don't be black if you don't have to be. I don't know. I would say that.
That would be crazy if you found out that every black person is just a white person playing like a FromSoft game with life.
That's
Where it's just like, we're actually just like playing on hard mode because there's challenge and it's skill based.
they should.
The stats don't balance out, man.
I mean, that is the height of privilege because I imagine there would be a lot of white people that are bored as shit and they'd be like, you know what?
let's be black for
Yeah,
a month.
I'm hard mode, and then all of a sudden they just turn black, hair brown, and then all of a sudden, ooh, gosh, here we go. It's like the fucking the asylum demon just immediately just pops
Stop,
in.
dude.
The what
Bam,
demon?
the asylum demon.
Fucking hard ass.
the first, it's the first boss that you're not supposed to beat right away when you
what?
run into in Dark Souls.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, so you go through the door, and then that fat motherfucker, bam, and then
that's the chubby demon with the mace, right?
yeah, and you can. I mean, you
I do not
can
remember.
beat him, but you're just supposed to run through, go get like some more.
You're supposed to
gear,
leave.
and then go and then fight it later.
I played very little of Dark Souls 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just it's so special to me.
I hope XQC opens a stove one day and it just nothing but radiation just pours on them. Like I hope he.
Or like bowling, he does like a Sonic fucking like somersault into it, and then he's just
That's insane. The
hope-
mechanics of that have always
I hope
intrigued
there's a
me.
Yeah.
land.
how's it
It's
work?
like why? Like
How does it work?
Because like they thought about like we need to have some. There needs to be like physics here, but none of it makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
if he spins really fast in one location, then he zooms.
And then
I
he
think
goes.
what happens is that he's curling up into a ball so many times that he's creating a lot of torque and then he goes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
You just solved the mystery, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
There you go.
I have no
fucking-
more questions about Sonic.
There you go. That's how he became. That's why he has shoes on and shit like that. He can talk.
yeah, that's exactly why.
I feel like Sonic is
Is Sonic
way.
a terrorist?
Absolutely.
He's having a terroristic
I think
time.
most protagonists are probably terrorists.
They kind of are
by the definition that, like, you know, by the textbook definition, I would imagine.
Yeah.
right?
They kind of because I mean that's how we've always the way that because it is technically true, right? The somebody who's like a rebel, a resistance fighter, right? A freedom fighter. They're technically a terrorist. They technically are, but they're a terrorist.
Right.
in the definitionary sense, and also to the aspect of the people that are in control. They're like, you're terrorizing our nation, our
It's all
government.
it's all perspective. It's like playing a fucking hero shooter, and you're like, that tank is harassing us. Fuck that tank.
Yeah.
And then on their team, they're like, damn, this guy's doing a great job. We love this guy.
Yeah.
MVP.
That's why. Do you remember? This was like what, 2012 maybe? Christopher Dorner.
Yeah, that was the guy that got that was the guy that was in that cabin that got fucking nuked, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
the guy that they fucking turned to mist
I
with
think it
a
was like-
cabin and a mountain as well too.
Yeah, that cop that went rogue, and now to be fair, he killed some people that he shouldn't have. I think, or at least
if I'm not mistaken, he killed
was
a
at
cop
least-
and their family.
So
if
he
I'm
killed
mistaken.
like, and the thing is, I think there was like, a wife or a girlfriend or something. If he basically wasn't like
It was wanton. It was
meticulously.
just wanton violence.
Yeah, he had like targets because he's like, it's all corrupt and shit. I'm like, well, yeah, duh, dude, but you
Do
can't
his
go
whole
after
story?
the cops that
His
way.
whole
bro.
story is really fucking crazy because he goes to the military.
Who you talking about?
Dorner.
Oh, okay.
He goes to the military. He stays there for like 5 or 6 years. He comes back and he's like, the way we treat people over there is the way they treat people of color here. Like it's relatively the same way. It is that we try to act like it isn't.
Yeah.
And then he just got but you know what's crazy? That happens a lot to a lot of like black men, particularly that go into military and come out of it. They come back warped.
Well, most people come back warped from
That's
war.
true.
In general. Like, I don't think it's literally in the word.
Warp.
War.
Crash Bandicoot
War.
This is post-war Crash, just holding down. You know what I mean? With the guy that has his face like messed up with the shell shock, and he's like,
I don't know what you said there.
you
but
never
yeah.
saw the meme with the guy like the dude from in the military? He has like the fucking helmet on, and it's like the background, and he looks like fucking.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Wolverine.
It's a guy, and then
okay.
they put the helmet on
It's
him.
the
Yeah.
idea of fucking crashing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he goes. It's his shit is wild. His manifesto's fucking crazy too.
Yeah, that was a
It was hard to
I do like that.
absorb. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
I do like that. There's always like there's like always a pull to like, I gotta write something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there's always a manifesto.
like people are always people can't accept that some people just might be like, I just want to do it, and there always has to be looking like, even there was another school shooting, go figure, in Wisconsin, and they were just like, oh, we found the manifesto. Like it just at a certain point where I'm like, I understand why some people think this shit's fake, right? Some crazy, dumb assholes that are all conspiratorial. The one people that would listen to Alex Jones.
right?
Because,
yeah.
like,
they all write something.
it's so cookie cutter that it's so easy to convince somebody this is fake, but it's like, well, no, people are unoriginal. They're
copycat. Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is what I have to do. I better write something.
Yeah, those
I would love to
people
see
do
somebody
it.
write something, and at the end, it's just like, I don't know.
yeah.
I made all this up.
Yeah, like,
I really like.
Psych.
really like Pal World.
do you remember
I want that to be the last word.
Shout
of
out to
the manifesto.
PewDiePie. You know,
Yeah,
that
did the guy that said subscribe to PewDiePie, did he have a manifesto? I feel like that was just his. That was
No, I
it.
think he just died and exploded or something.
Or was-
Like, what did
Remember
he
just
do?
had
that?
an
I don't
edging
remember.
Did he shoot?
I think he was the synagogue one.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Actually, I literally
they
don't remember.
all
There's too
blend
many.
together.
There's too many. There's
Yeah.
literally too many. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if anybody hasn't played it yet, Christopher Dorner's Last Stand. It's a pretty good Doom mod.
That's great. I forgot about that entirely. Does it end in a cabin?
Yeah, so it's in the cabin. So you're basically it's your last stand is in the cabin.
Oh, I see. So it's like World at War Zombies kind of.
The only problem with it is that there's that N-word song that by the group Gangsta Rap, or I don't know if it's a rapper, but you know the song. It's just a bunch of N-words. You know, nigga, 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 nigga. I'm 100% nigga. It's just It's just that you got to go into the cabin and like, or you got to turn off the settings or something. But it's because I'm like it's funny, but it also kind of dampens the experience a little bit because you're like, is this like directed towards him? Is this like
It's definitely towards him.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Definitely a racist made that. Derek.
That's what it's like.
No one with.
But
a
it's like,
good-
but dude, I usually racists like really respect cops, and you're just blasting cops. That's all you're doing.
But the idea is that we know.
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
be
there are
over.
a lot of racists who probably don't. We probably just don't hear from them.
No, you're actually right. It's just like the CEO. people like all of those rednecks hate cops too because they get cracked by them too because they're poor and dumb, and then cops love just beating on poor dumb people.
Yeah,
it's easier, right? Like, why would you go after like smart, crafty people who probably know how to defend themselves,
who have a lot of resources and have money?
Yeah. Fuck that.
Who have an infrastructure to a support system to fight back. It's just like, no, you're just gonna go after the fucking the toothless guy in a fucking minivan with 14 pounds of meth where the car is leaning to one side. It's like that looks pretty fucking suspicious.
That's the crazy thing. That's what radicalized me, bro. It's funny that
there's so much meth in a car's tilting and scraping.
Painted a good picture there.
I'm sure that's facts too.
Yeah.
That's normal in those regions.
It's more meth than car, bro.
That car's moving like a waterbed.
That's efficient though. Like you're like, fuck, I can't carry any more meth, so you start replacing the parts with meth. So then you're actually carrying more.
So you
but then you just can't get back home because you're delivering.
That's the problem of a dumb idiot. That's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have replaced the engine with meth.
That's like selling your clothes. That's like selling the clothes that you're wearing to somebody on the street. They're like, oh, I really like your clothes. It's like, okay, all right, take them.
Would you sell your car? Oh, would you sell your clothes for like a ridiculous amount of
like on the street?
Yeah, like so if somebody came up to you and like, hey man, I really like your pants. I really like your pants and underwear. I'll give you $10,000.
Yeah.
No. Not my underwear.
No.
Because then I'm a criminal.
But
but
there's a lot of outlet stores pretty close by.
You're not gonna be able to go and buy a pair of outlet stores.
Look, guys, I saw a Down syndrome dude with giant balls standing on the street in downtown, and he was fine.
Derek, yes, that's true. He might have been fine for the moment, but I'm sure someone got involved eventually. There's no way no one didn't get involved. They definitely called the police on that poor fella.
I like to think everyone was just as enamored as me, and we're like, no, leave him alone.
You were staring at his balls.
Jojo was actually a little bit annoyed how upset I was that we're on the way to the movies and I wanted to turn around and she was like, nah. And I kind of got mad that I'm like, why don't you want to see? Like, I wanted to go back and get footage and share it with the world.
There was one time when I was in Seattle
so crazy.
Where some guy was pissing. He was pissing and a guy kicked him out the bus while he was pissing. Like the bus door opened, he was pissing out the bus. Some guy kicked him out. And I remember me and Lily were in Seattle, we saw it, and I was laughing my ass off.
Imagine landing on the pavement on your dick. On your own pissing dick.
Everywhere too. You're still pissing.
You're fresh too. You are fresh as fuck.
I can't imagine getting a scrape on my dick.
And then getting it infected while pissed.
Why would why are you pissing right off the bus?
The guy kicked him out.
It's very...
And I think it was so funny because I was laughing at it and Lily was like, what the fuck? That's so ridiculous. And I'm laughing like a hyena.
As you should.
It's funny.
I think
if you saw what I saw, man, like I wish I could draw because it was...
That's your experience. That's like, you're gonna be able to take that. And it's like, this is my own unique lived experience.
I tried.
This is mine.
Dude.
No one else has this.
Burbank let me down because I tried to put in keyword searches to see if anybody else tweeted about this or talked about it. Or somebody else filmed it. Because I'm like, bro, really? No one?
You know what's funny about this place is that, like, people really don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
It's my favorite thing about this specific location is that, like, I feel like I remember people, the one time I ever heard of something in the neighborhood happening was like an explosion apparently happened. Or like the sound of an explosion. Did you hear that fucking explosion? No. Like I was absolutely not aware. But that was the only time. It has to be something like that. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Like a transformer blows up or something.
I don't give a fuck about most things going on with people, if I'm being honest. But I think
That's not surprising at all.
Yes, I'm just the sociopath shit. But like,
yeah.
I love seeing people get hurt. So like, if someone got hurt really bad, like I remember at Starbucks there was one. No, this is actually kind of not that funny. Yeah. But it's one guy was on like, nah, it's not worth telling. It's just someone dies.
I'm glad you started that story.
Yeah. Someone dies. It's just really sad.
Yeah, great.
And sometimes people gotta go. You know, sometimes people gotta go. Like some CEOs.
It's kind of sad because like it's a guy crashed his motorcycle and the motorcycle hit someone else and killed another person.
Oh, that's annoying.
And I was just like, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Did that guy get charged?
I don't think he got charged. I think he didn't do anything wrong, really.
I mean, I guess.
I think he got cut off and he just fell off his. Well, he probably got charged because that's still vehicular manslaughter. I think technically.
I think if it's still. if you kill somebody by accident, that's still like
manslaughter. Yeah,
Well, you can still get a manslaughter charge. However, in that
you can
case,
fight that. I'm pretty sure.
In that case, I think you would probably like only take that to civil court.
Yeah,
Because you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna be found.
I feel like
guilty
even
for that.
I feel like
for
even
manslaughter.
I feel like even the family of the victim would be like,
Well, yeah, because it was like
I
you
mean,
didn't do it. It was
yeah.
like somebody caused it. Like you could actually technically, if you caught up with the person that caused the accident,
Yeah.
you would charge them for manslaughter. You know,
Right,
like the one like, oh, you started the cutoff, and then it caused somebody the chain reaction, right?
It's like the kid that kicked that kickball and it hit the fucking plane. That's why 9/11 happened.
yeah.
I remember
That
that.
kid ain't do shit wrong.
Yeah,
that
like,
that shit was crazy when we found that out like 4 years later that was the reason.
Yeah.
It's a little like 7-year-old kid. He just kicks it up.
I also feel like it's really strange that not many people talk about it, you know, even though it was in the 9/11 Commission report. It was in there.
Yeah.
Small boy,
I read it.
small 7-year-old boy kicks kickball into plane.
Into plane.
Plane crashes in the buildings. Other plane.
Well, that wasn't
follow
even the
suit.
full story. The full story was the kickball flew into like at the plane, broke a window, hit a guy in the head, and made him think he was a terrorist.
Yeah. I keep forgetting. Thank you for reminding me. Like I know I read that
course.
book cover to cover. I just
Exactly.
like you know, it's important details like that just escape the mind.
It's really easy for them to get filtered through time.
Yeah.
You know? You just remember the kickball plane. That's really it.
Yeah,
You remember the towers terrorist plane? But like, there's a whole kickball.
What's crazy about it
Little
is that
kid.
there was there's actually 3 towers, and there's one that like fell before.
Yeah, one tower just kind of laid down and fell. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was just tired.
It got down.
It's like, oh man.
And then another one fell down too. It's crazy.
This is so stupid. Should we just move on to questions?
Yeah, Luigi, man. People, damn.
Wow.
People are. I'm glad that people are still interested. I'll just tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised it lasted this long. Because
Yeah,
usually
it's-
these things kind of like
Flashing,
You know.
like how is it? I mean, it is a testament to even like Trump's fan base that how much they really didn't rally behind him, almost exploding. Where it was like, I see you, and then they kind of just went away. It was like that guy when they're like, they're stealing the election. It was in Vegas. They're stealing it, and then he just walks away like a fucking NPC.
dude, that was crazy. It's like, it literally you could watch his animation cycle. It's crazy, like like you know that weird like that quick like slight. If you play a lot of video games, you'll catch it. But like when an animation cycle is done, it like
Yeah, there's the quick reset.
Yeah, there's like a slow snap. It happens with that guy. They're stealing the election. They're stealing it. The Biden crime family's stealing this election.
and then walks away.
It's when you de-aggro somebody.
It's so funny.
It's so
It's
crazy.
classic Skyrim. Whenever
You ever
you
seen
sneaks all the way up and you sneak and you crouch and then they just stop being fighting you anymore and it's like
I love it.
happened.
Did you? This is probably one of my favorite things that Trump's ever did, where he's watching, I think, high school cheerleaders or some shit, whatever.
Of course.
Yeah. And they're performing. He starts doing his specific dance for like 3 seconds. And then it's like he just stopped. You know, you just toggle your analog stick to stop the emoji.
Oh, the
emoticon.
the idol
Yeah,
animation.
because he was just like doing his thing, and then they're like, like he just stops. I was like, wait a minute. I've never seen a human. Like people say the NPC thing, and I'm like, I've never seen people behave like this, and now I'm like, I'm online too much, bro.
I've seen Kanye do it.
I'm online
But he's
too
like
much.
smiling, he's like,
I feel
I'm like, what happened?
I
What
feel
did he remember?
it's.
I don't know.
His mom.
I feel like it's just maybe.
He's like, my mom would be
Maybe
mad at me right now.
mom was like, son, everything you're doing right now
Sucks.
Son, you are being such a dumbass nigga, and I raised you explicitly to not be that.
When's his next arc, man? I think we're due.
I think he just needs to shut the fuck up forever now.
What is he doing?
Of course, but he's
What is he doing right now?
nothing.
know.
I think he's lying in what he's baking. Like he's something
marinating.
He's
Yeah,
always
he's marinating.
whenever
Something's
there's
coming,
like a
dude.
version of like hip hop relevance, he always tries to like jump in and get like a piece of the relevance, and it's
Yeah.
like Kanye, just shut the fuck up. Man.
What do you think? Another Buzzard album. There's gonna be like another Condor.
I would love if he made a good album again. That'd make me really happy. But I don't think he can.
Dude, it's just
I don't
like
think he can.
Eminem. There's certain artists needed something specific to motivate. Kanye, I don't. Whatever. He's on a different path, so he can't make good music anymore. Eminem, not on drugs, doesn't hate his mom. It doesn't matter. Like he's cooked.
Eminem's still a fantastic rapper, but I think he just doesn't. He doesn't
Can't make
have
good
the same.
songs.
He doesn't have the same oomph anymore, you know, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'll take a good song over a great talent, if you know what I mean.
I think if you've already displayed your great talent already, or your great song, it's like, all right, that's not everybody needs to be relevant forever, you know. Like I don't think Freddie would still be making great music now.
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah,
Probably not.
No,
same with Michael. Like Michael probably wouldn't be putting out hits anymore.
well, I mean, he released an album in like 2002 or 2004 called like Invincible, and it
wasn't bad, but it wasn't
but
off
exactly,
the wall.
it's exactly what you would
expect.
expect it to be.
And that's fine.
He's much older.
Yeah, I'm ancient.
He has a fucking a sketch with Chris Tucker talking about like pulling bitches, and it's so fucking.
Oh, You Rock
cringy.
My World's a good song though.
You rock my world and suck my dick or something like what's
I think
can't
that song's
remember it.
mad good, but I understand what you mean. Yeah,
it's okay. It's
I think
not
it's good, but
it's not a bad song. It's just not like I have a certain when an artist puts out some fire and then it's just like okay, it's not great.
I
if you know what I mean.
agree. You got
it's an unfortunate thing that they have to deal with. Like, oh, I made such amazing shit before that people are gonna hold me to this standard.
It's unfortunate.
Always aim for mediocrity.
If you're be like Disturbed. If you just put the same shit out consistently, people don't have expectations for you to like, you know, that's why like say doing that cover of
Sound of
Silence was so astronomically because it was so different than when they're just normally going or like waiting the whole life that's stupid, you know, and like they
we
just
were making fun of that shit last night. We were playing Rivals. We were fucking shitting on that song last. Yeah, we did. Oh wait,
that was on the show.
Right before you got there.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
You were
We were doing that on the show, like literally. yesterday.
Autism.
I didn't say autism.
Autism. The rhythm.
Autism rhythm is crazy.
Damn it. There's autism.
I don't know. I think there's very few artists that have been able to continue making great music for a long time.
It is
It's very rare.
it is so rare that is an interesting subject to tackle. Like thinking
We talked
of
about artists that you think have been able to consistently do that, right?
probably.
I don't think a single. Is there even one?
Mastodon.
I don't know. I don't know any
gotten
Mastodon.
Oh
They've
yeah,
only gotten better.
They've definitely gotten better because they started off being insane and then they just started writing like some good songs. I would say some people would disagree. Probably people who are into like terrible metal. Bring Me the Horizon because they started off.
Really?
I couldn't stand them. They were, but like their old fans don't like where they are now. They're like kind of like pop rock now. But I think they sound infinitely better. They dropped a song called Kool-Aid at the beginning of this year, and it's one of my favorite songs they've ever written. It's fucking... And I used to be like, oh, the 2013 album. You've heard that Giga Chad probably, Can You Feel My Heart? It was like, bam, 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 bam. So like, that was my anthem going to work, like in 2013, like every fucking morning. I would just play that.
So funny.
I
would play...
can't believe that you listen to that song, but also it makes sense.
Bro, that was...
It makes sense.
It was funny because I used to not like that band at all. I used to think they were trash, and then they released that album. They had one before that I was like, oh, they're getting better. They released that album, and I was like, this album's fucking really good. And then everything between it was like they're starting getting radio play. They were just getting better and better. They're like way better now.
I think something with Tyler Creator. Like I didn't like his album at first, but like there's like 4 songs on it that are like really good, and he's only gotten better as like. I didn't like Igor. I've never liked that album. I think it's cacophonous, but that's what the point of it's supposed to be, like different kinds of like your mental state. So it's supposed to be like different kinds of shit, and like whatever, that's cool. But like this newest album got a lot of fucking respect and like praise. I'm like, I guess
it's good.
Man. I like it. I like this.
Chromacopia, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch of songs and I'm like, this is a good song. Like I would listen to this album from back to front. Same thing with Kendrick. Kendrick's newest album is probably gonna get the most recognition he's gotten so far. I don't think it's his best album because I just don't like. I don't like. I like conscious hip hop. I don't like someone bitching, and I feel like though Kendrick is bitching in a really good manner, it's still bitching. You know.
It's still bitching.
Yeah.
I'm still. I gotta listen to it a few more times to really make up my mind.
It's a West Coast bop though. Like I think if you like West Coast music, then that's an album.
It's
for
just
you
more
right
of like
there.
the placement of like where I'm like, where would I put this? Where would I put G and X? I don't know necessarily, but I've been very distracted, so that's why I haven't been absorbing. I haven't been listening to anything with like I was driving myself nuts with I tried to do I started hearing a bunch of shitty deny, defend, oppose like songs.
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
people are gonna put that stuff out. So I went through and I was like, I'm gonna listen to. I want to see if anybody wrote anything good. It sucks. It all sucks. So then like I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw something together real fast. And then I started like adding more things to it, more things. Then I was like, I feel like I'm going insane because this was just supposed to be a dumb like kind of a
Side thing.
a side thing. So then I just like at one point like Trump, I just stopped, and then I was just like, it's done. And then I don't know, it'll be out in a few days or some shit. But like I just been absorbed with this bullshit and not listening, and like anything that I'm hearing in passing just sounds like not a real listen, if you know what I mean. Like, oh, I'm gonna listen to say like when I was listening to Kendrick's album, I was like, I feel like something needs to change. I don't know if I need to like, leave my wife. I don't know if I just need to burn down my apartment. I need to like something needs to change.
Kill an Asian family. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta like.
It is.
Gotta go out.
Yeah. Whatever impulse you have.
Stop Asian hate.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Wow, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
That shit made me laugh, bro. It was like, oh, it's a hate crime now. That's crazy. It took a week. That's crazy.
I mean, how come it's like?
That's crazy. It took a week. That's crazy.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was pretty funny that there were people beating up Asians. Like
that is crazy.
I think it was
like old people too. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ever since 9/11, my brain has been confused about the way people do shit like that. It's like,
oh yeah,
let's hate these. It's like that guy's been here his whole life.
That guy's a turban. Get him. He's like clearly Indian,
or just injured and coming out of a hospital.
It's like I hate these people.
He's coming out.
Like,
he's coming out. There's like a gash in his head, and he's coming out. It's like, oh my god, that was a crazy like gash in my head I got. He's like standing on the streets. It's like terrorist.
We found one. And it's like it's so stupid because it's like
hit him with the bus.
What made me laugh is like
drone strike him.
That's great. A drone.
It should be a guy that's fucking the guy's second generation Italian man. He'd be like, fucking kill him. And it's like that guy's family's been here longer than your family has. How are you calling him a terrorist?
Whatever.
It's like, what? America's a really.
It's hilarious.
This country sucks, dude.
It's hilarious.
Should we get some?
Insane.
Yeah. Should we get some questions?
Yeah.
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 Might as well.
Walt Disney breaking DeSantis' kneecaps. Wrote in.
That would rule.
They fucked him over, dude.
You think you're the
tried to
king
do that
of Florida?
Disney shit.
You think you're the king of Florida? I don't think so. And then he just fucking like Space Mountain fucking just
The
runs his knees.
whole ride just runs through his legs, takes off most of his leg and his thigh.
Wait, are you like the whole structure or
The whole fucking just the cart, the fucking coaster.
Okay.
He's missing most of his fucking quad. Shit's gone.
Anyway, he
You
writes
ever
in.
play Injustice where Batman fucking tases you, knees you, and then a car just runs you over. He does a backflip over the car as it runs you over
In
at
the-
like
in
100
Injustice?
Yeah, like at 100 miles an hour.
I don't remember
car.
that.
Batman's ultimate's so simple because he just like he fucking hits you, he shoots you a bunch, and he flies a plane into you.
Oh, that's in the second one.
And
yeah.
I'm like, what?
He
The
fucking
fuck?
he takes you up like what are those things called in Metal Gear 5 where you take somebody?
Oh, the Fulton?
Yeah, the Fulton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes you up, and then fucking his Batwing fucking just shoots a probably 60 or 100 caliber bullets, and then a bunch of missiles. And I was like,
So he's killing you.
he's killing the shit out of you, but they have a pill that makes them as strong as Superman. That's how they justify it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how they justify Injustice. Just forget that part. The game's fun. Forget that part.
That's really stupid.
It's really fucking dumb.
They have a
It's
pill
really fucking
that
dumb.
makes because like Superman goes insane, right?
Yeah.
And then now they have these
So
pills.
naturally they just have.
Yeah,
this
they have
pill.
these pills.
Yeah, because if Superman goes insane,
The game.
he's going to kill everyone.
The game breaks. The game. There's
Can't have characters like it's just like it's why like as much as I love Invincible, that shit's so stupid. It's like,
Oh,
dude,
I love it. I mean, but that's like
I love it, but like
it's a whole, but it's like satirical. It's not trying to take itself seriously at all.
it's Invincible.
Yes,
Uh,
it's not trying
at
to.
this point, yes, I agree with you.
Well, I mean, that's the whole. It's Yeah,
It
it's
gets-
like The Boys or something.
I wouldn't say that. It's a different kind of story. The Boys is very, very satirical. It's like
What
a satire, but the Invincible is more like.
are you watching The Invincible
Why,
correctly?
I watched. I read the comic books too. I think what happened is that like. It's supposed to be like a callback to like all the superhero things, but like made with the idea of a person is like, oh, this is like if it was made and it made sense, or more like a real world perspective of it. But we'll keep watching. I won't say anything else.
Well, I'm just saying it's kind of lampooning the idea of Superman, like in the way that said, oh, this would be more. This is just what our idea of a god king tyrant thing most likely would do, and just the antithesis of like say a good story, like what you would expect from like, oh, we want somebody who's strong to protect the weak and all this shit, and they're like, that's how he came off as, but then we learned later, oh, the Viltrumites are pieces of shit, and they conquer fucking entire, they're an empire. And so, like, that's why it starts off not with him just invading immediately, but with being like, yeah, look at me, I'm
the fact that they were all fine with that.
Sexy
like,
Superman.
This fucking flying motherfucker came from space. And it's right here, and everybody's kind of like, "What? Yeah, awesome."
Yeah,
I'd be like, "I'm gonna kill him.
If
gonna kill him."
Well, if superhero media exists already, I could see that.
What that may be.
Like if there's already like comic books and superheroes, and then a person like that shows up, I could see that.
That's a good.
But
point,
is that true in the world of Invincible? Is there any superheroes?
There's other, yeah.
There are other superheroes, and I don't think he was like I don't think it was like Superman where he wasn't
the first alien.
Yeah,
he wasn't the first alien. There's other aliens on Earth.
Yeah,
as well. And
so-
there's like demon.
Wow,
Like,
I don't know,
there's
man.
like the whole gauntlet of like demons.
At that
magic,
point,
and all
it's
that bullshit.
whatever.
Yeah.
Nigga spawns there
Yeah, whatever.
sometimes.
Anyway,
Whatever.
Anyway,
Fuck it.
anyway, this guy asks, "Hello, my degenerate archaeologists. Wanted to let you know that me and my roommate ended up doing an indie marathon. I really forgot how much I loved Shia as Indy's son, and now I'm just angry that a younger me that helped. And now I'm just angry at a younger me that helped 4chan steal his flag."
This guy helped.
I don't know how, but like,
I mean, I wonder if his like impact actually made a difference.
yeah, like that's what I'm curious.
Yeah.
That's why I read this. I was like, yo, I'm really fucking curious. Is there anything specific from your past that you look back at and just go, God, I was the bad guy?
No,
plenty of times.
Well,
I'm sure a handful of times.
I've been the villain in this story quite a few times.
I mean, sometimes I felt like Batman, were in a way that The Dark Knight, where you take on the role as the villain because it needs to be like that. Like you need so I can take it. What does he say? So,
I don't remember.
So there's that whole like monologue at the end.
Oh yeah, at the end where he's like, "Who's
like-
that?" And he goes, "Son, that's Batman." And then it ends.
I don't remember. What was that happen?
Yeah, he runs away from
He's the hero. He's the hero we need, not the hero we deserve. Right?
Yeah,
The
and
hero
then
we
he
deserve,
says,
the hero we
and he
need.
says like
That's not from the movie.
He says something because I can
That's a
take
fan.
it.
That's a fan film.
It's not fucking.
That line is not from it.
Master
Yes,
Wayne.
it is from the second one.
No, it's like the same thing with like ET Phone Home. It's like that's not in the movie. That's like a fan thing.
No, he does say phone home.
He
I swear to
literally
you.
says phone home.
Go watch the movie again. Your mind's gonna be blown.
No, I think someone look. I think
says
I
phone home.
He doesn't say ET phone
He
home.
says phone home.
Right.
Right, but that's misleading what you said.
No.
What you said sounded like that. Like there's no like that's not in there at all.
The line is not ET Phone Home, which is crazy because
It's
that's
phone.
the line.
No, it's phone home.
No, the line that everybody remembers is ET Phone Home.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the line
because
is
of media.
You're right.
Yeah.
So it's written out as the script. ET phone home. That's what it's. ET phone home.
You know that dot is, right?
What?
It's a colon.
Colon. Don't do it.
Or is it a semicolon? No, semicolons with the
Semicolons with the comma.
Comma.
Yeah. So it's a colon.
My colon fell out my script. Now all the lines are fucked. No one has specific lines, and everybody's saying the characters' names all the time.
I was reading the script to ET, and I was like, oh, ET colon, and I was like, oh, what a coincidence, my colon fell out.
What a coincidence.
I was like-
At that moment, they both splat on the floor. A fucking colon in figurative sense, and then literally my colon.
And I thought, I'm gonna have to reboot this. I'm gonna have to be ET.
Shaq as ET would be amazing. Get on it.
Shaq in prosthetics look like ET.
Yeah, but he's still fucking 7 feet tall.
Do they use forced perspective like in Lord of the Rings to make him small? Like where they place him like 4 miles away? They have him like labbed up so they can still hear him.
So it's like, why are
That's
you
so
using Shaq at
stupid.
this point?
Just use a regular small kid.
No, well, he was a puppet.
Hold
I'm pretty sure.
Hey,
What did he liked a candy? What candy was it?
Reese's
it was-
Pieces.
Was it Reese's Pieces?
Fentanyl.
That's what I was gonna say. No, it was Reese's Pieces. I remember them though. When I was a kid, I remember them as M&Ms.
Was it Reese's Pieces?
It was Reese's Pieces.
I don't even remember them being that old. Reese's Pieces.
That's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
they are
I thought-
way old.
Dude,
but I remember. I also feel like I remember them coming out as well too.
Reese's Pieces. I feel like I remember them starting,
Yeah, the release.
That's what I feel like.
but we can't.
I remember the pre-release of Reese's Pieces.
I feel like that is so weird because I remember being like, "Oh, what an inferior candy!" Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
like,
Yeah,
but they've been around. That's so weird.
it is weird. Like I feel like I swear to God, like maybe they came around in like 2001, 2002.
Also, as a side note, anyone who says Reese's Pieces should join the CEO.
Yeah,
in
if
the
you
lake
say
of
Reese's
fire.
Pieces, you should
Reese's
eat.
Pieces.
You should eat feces. Is what you should do.
Do you think
I just had to put that on there. Sorry.
giving every the idea of an alien coming to Earth, right? You meet it. You're the person that makes contact first, and you're like, "Here's some fentanyl. Here,
Yeah,
I mean,
take this."
it makes sense because then also if it's dangerous, if it's a threat, you might neutralize the threat, or it might actually really like it and then build a friendship and give you like the key to actual fucking faster than light travel or something.
Yeah.
Because they must have FTL to be here.
Right. It must.
I
It must be. Yeah.
I wonder. I want aliens to be nice, friendly creatures that just come here like, "Hey, what's up?" But if they come here and they're nice, we're gonna harm them. You know, like there's no good interaction we have with aliens. I think. Period. We just can't.
Well,
Yeah.
if they landed in like a rural area,
even if they're genuinely like peaceful, no matter what, no matter what we, but we can't.
I don't think city people are going to do anything to it.
I think
The cops might try.
I think you think too well of people.
It's not even thinking
People
too well.
hate each other. People hate each other.
Yeah, but I
That's
think,
the thing. We
yeah,
hate
but I think
each other.
aliens are exciting to more people than.
I think they're
Other
exciting,
people are.
but also I think like they're exciting for the moment until they do anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. And then they're like, "Oh, I hate this thing." It's
Sure.
terrifying. Which they're gonna do. They're aliens. They're gonna have to do something strange.
I don't know. I feel like it depends on just what they look like.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think it's all cool until they do something that's strange to us.
If
And
they
people
look
are gonna
like
be
people, I feel like everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, that's crazy." And
like if they're like big titty blue bitches, everybody's cool until
Well,
like
I
they
mean,
have like
no.
until they do something.
They're
Like,
always going to be cool. I don't care what you say.
To
No,
me,
I like.
I'm gonna try to fuck one. I'm gonna be like, Lily doesn't count. If I fuck an alien, Lily doesn't count.
To me, it's like fucking like a sandwich or something. It doesn't matter.
That's
It's not a human.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
exactly.
cheat on you. I
Yeah.
fucked this alien.
Yeah. It's like
Hard.
they do fucking that McChicken on Twitter.
That dude, he fucked the shit out of that big chicken. I was like, what the hard nation?
That was
well.
the
I don't know.
the peak Twitter.
It's
That
like,
was crazy.
It's like the guy that the Pokemade dude, the dude that
Oh my
that
God.
shit killed me, bro.
People do that shit, man. They
He,
fucking
he blasted all over his phone.
His phone.
That's his phone. That better be a burner.
Like,
that better be a backup. 'Cause
it's
you
gross
can't-
thinking like it probably is because I think he was recording with the phone, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a picture of it,
Yeah,
so there
yeah.
must. Yeah, unless he busted out the fucking disposable camera, take a picture of his
That
cum-covered phone.
that's- I mean, maybe.
Imagine getting that developed at a Walgreens.
Oh man,
the guy's like,
I've thought about that.
What?
I've never took an obscene picture with film for because I'm just like poor worker. Like no,
did
like,
they see it? I feel like they have to
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I used to develop shit, and you're 100% going to see it. You're because you have to see everything you develop. Well, at least I don't know how like nowadays things if there's some type of factory thing, but like if you went to like a Walgreens or whatever, you'd go into the fucking dark room. And you would fucking develop you see everything. So
Yeah.
there are people like probably maybe excited by the prospect of seeing some tits, But then imagine everything else they got to see, like some guy's asshole shitting or something. You know, thinking it's like hilarious.
You gotta develop a picture of someone, but then there's also nut on the picture, and it's not cum like literal. It's cum in the picture. You know,
like a picture of cum.
That's what we're talking
like a
about.
picture of cum, and it's like that's so insane.
Yeah, it'd be really.
That's the entire premise of this conversation.
I know, but it's so bananas. Like just developing a picture with cum in it. It's insane to me.
Yeah, you just be like, you know, like what are you gonna do?
You gotta cum on it yourself then too.
Fuck. But then you know, one of them might be a nice pair of tits. Like, oh man, she's hot. You know, cool. And then the next one is literally like a guy with cum all over his face, and you're like, oh no, I didn't want to see that.
Wow.
And then the next one is some guy killing his grandma, and you're like, oh fuck, it's the same guy. Oh, wait. Like, this is on the same night.
Do I report? That?
Do I report at that? Do
none of my
you
business.
do you want to get involved?
None of my business.
Is there a customer developer confidentiality in that sense?
No.
I'd assume there has to be.
There absolutely
there has
not.
to be.
Absolutely not.
This fucking
He's not a fucking therapist.
fucking terrible problem. No
He's the
integrity.
worker. If there's like bombs in a photo.
Oh, that's the trick. You get your therapist to develop your photos.
I feel like therapists can also still say shit if
guess so.
you're threatening if you're endangering your life for someone else.
I'm sure there's some certain caveats. I'm sure there's certain things. I know that some rules are trying to be changed with like with Catholicism and confessing. Because
What do they do? What do you mean? What do they do?
Well, because there was like a ton of pedophiles that would be like, oh yeah, I fucked this boy or whatever, and they'd be like, okay, say 20 Hail Marys, you're fine.
20 Hail Marys.
Say 2 Hail Marys and you're good.
Just two.
No. They would be like, listen, all right, 50 Hail Marys, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, like, hey man, just try to slow it down a little bit, you know, like just because they, you know, obviously with the shuffling around, it wasn't like they were saying no, bad boy. It was kind of like, hey, chill out.
Yeah.
It's like the cops were like, hey man, you know,
Yeah.
take it easy. I'm not telling you to stop
Yeah.
beating the fuck out, but just take it easy.
You didn't have to put a Tesla coil directly on that child. You know, like that was kind of crazy for you to do.
Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. You have to,
Come on, man.
Oh man,
you have to push
Get
a
up.
child into the elephant's foot like that.
That's the shit. Like, I think about it a little bit too long, and I'm like, damn. Dude, this world's fucking. Come on, this is
Yeah,
this
dude,
isn't
the
real.
confession
Come on, how's
booths-
this real?
Dude, confession booths are crazy. I've told this story on Sacred a couple times, but like there were times where there would be weeks that would go by because we did confession every week or something, and there were just weeks where I was just like, I don't have anything to confess.
Yeah, you
Like, I
didn't
just
do
didn't do anything.
weekly.
Yeah, like who the fuck are people doing? Or like it wasn't weekly, but it was frequent enough that I found myself in that situation where I just like I didn't have anything to confess.
Yeah.
So I'd just lie and say like, oh, I don't know, I fucking stole a candy or something. And then the next time that I would confess, I would confess about lying about the candy.
So you just had more
Yeah.
more ammo for next.
Yeah, it was like two birds with one stone in some
Yeah.
way. Because I was just like I would get this confession out of the way and the next week's.
I'm not.
Do
Catholic,
you remember
so I
ever
don't do
being
that.
like almost interrogated in a way that they're like, I don't believe you. There is something. There must be something. Like you're like, hey, I got nothing.
I feel like I do, but it wasn't crazy. It was like, are you sure? And I'd be like, no, yeah, I don't know.
punk-ass bitch.
And then there would be like, I don't know, say the Hail Mary for good measure or something. I don't remember. I remember what the prescription that they would give. It was weird.
I never went to Catholic church like that because I'm not a
No,
fucking
yeah, I've
psycho,
never- yeah,
so
I've
like I
never.
wouldn't do that.
My closest friend when I was in elementary school, he would tell me all about the Catholic Church, and we would compare my Southern Baptist experience when I go visit my grandma versus his shit, and like he was so jealous. But then I was telling him, no, you won't. You're not jealous because you're telling me your church is like an hour long tops.
Bro,
Baptist
church 5-6 hours. Bro, I
you're
remember
there
when I
all
was-
fucking day.
When
That
I would go to
sucks,
church
yeah.
with my grandmother until I was like 16. I would go to church. We would go for the beginning. We would go for the beginning early morning service.
Yep.
I would stay for Adventist youth. Then we'd have lunch there.
Sunday school.
Then we would do the evening. Yeah, the Adventist Sunday school. Then we would do the evening service. And I'm like, I'm glad that nigga died, bro. I fucking hate this. I hate that. I hate that nigga.
there
I
is
hate that
no
nigga. I hate
faster
you
way
niggas. I
to
hate
make
you guys.
people
Dude,
an atheist.
Going to a
It really
black
is.
person
It's a
church
cheat,
will
really.
fucking also Caribbean churches full of a bunch of snobby assholes, bro.
I want to go to
Because
a Caribbean church.
everyone thinks they're better than everybody else, bro. It's insane.
Dude, the Caribbean preachers, like, were they like patois? Like, were they popping off?
Well, they had accents always, but it wasn't. I don't. It's weird because Patois is so damn near English.
Yeah.
Unless you're like from the sticks of Jamaica or fucking like St. Thomas or something like that, where you don't even sound like speaking. It's like you're a fucking howler monkey or some shit.
That's
so like,
crazy.
so like, it's just It was like, I guess he's speaking Patois, but it was just like, it's so. First of all, the fucking pastor was fucking everybody named Mama. Every single woman in that church was fucking.
Yes,
all of them.
Yeah.
All of them were competing to try to
They
fucking
have money.
be with him.
They're
In the
fucking
Caribbean
everyone.
churches?
in every church, not in Caribbean,
yeah.
but every single church.
Yeah.
All the fucking this
kinda nuts.
This single fucking man that's just putting his dick in every single parishioner there,
Fire.
taking all that money that fucking for the church, and then motherfucker has a fucking
Yeah, tax exempt.
a
They got
fucking
tax
exempt,
dude.
with a fucking Escalade, fucking G wagon.
That's the life, really.
And it's
It's just
just
like,
like-
you go there every Sunday, you just say a bunch of shit. What the fuck are we doing?
You just
Yeah.
lie. You just lie
It
to
is-
idiots.
It's so.
Let's just do that.
It's so easy. I was just watching.
Don't you gotta go to school for theology or something like that?
no,
No, absolutely not. You don't have to do anything.
To be a pastor, don't you have to go
I
to
think you just have
theology?
to. I think it's a
No,
multiple
no, I-
choice.
I
No,
think
no,
it
listen,
is.
listen. I promise you. I think it's.
I promise you, I think
It's a 5 question. It's like a multiple choice, and it says like, who is Jesus, and it's like 4 options, like the Son of God, and then it says like, I don't know, a carpenter, a dead Jew, and then all of the above. And then it's just like, oh, well, it's obviously all of the above.
yeah.
And if you get all the questions right, then you get to be.
That's
I'm
it.
pretty sure there's
Yeah.
school for theology, but it's still.
I
fucking
don't
insane.
know. If
I really
that's-
don't think so.
I
don't.
think you do.
I think there's only like I think in Catholicism, there's some levels that you have to have some sort of something.
I think.
But
to
there's
be
a
pastor,
bunch of fucking. It's one of the
You have to
reasons.
say 4,000 Hail Marys.
Yeah,
I think
that's
there's
it.
something. I could be wrong.
It's
but
one of the reasons why there's you're probably right into some degree, but I know the bar for entry is so low because why there's so many arrests weekly of like religious
Yeah.
leaders.
Well, it's also
because they're
not-
just joining to abuse people.
Well, the thing is also, it's just like, it's not necessarily that, like, I'm sure there's probably like some structure there, but there's no way it's rigid. You know what I mean? There's no way that
absolutely.
there's no way that like somebody can't just go there and be like, oh, I know this guy.
Yeah, like
know.
the bar for entry is probably incredibly low, and like you see, if you just look at the numbers, if any of you are bored and feel like being horrified, just look and see how many religious leaders are arrested like on a fucking weekly. Yeah, I guess I wasn't talking.
Sorry, my apologies. Sorry to interrupt you. You don't need to go to school, but most churches in North America require at least a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree. Probably.
Most.
Yeah,
Is the
I
key- is the
imagine.
key word
I
there.
don't believe that entirely, but also I know pastors have degrees.
And it's probably just like communications. Like you don't have to actually.
It could
like,
be any degree. I
Yeah,
think.
it's probably because they specifically made it like this. They made it easy as fuck, and then the idea that you can be a megachurch and be tax exempt is so funny.
Well, dude,
it's funny. It's a
I remember.
great life.
I remember going to church. I didn't like it. It wasn't that long. It was like an hour. Like the Catholic Church is like, it's boring, but it's like I'll
Must
take
be
it over all the
nice.
every other church I've ever been to. It's like, oh yeah, like I've been to like a Baptist church and it's fun for exactly 30 minutes, and then you're there forever. And
I
it's
think
just
you
like,
get bomb ass
no.
lunch. I think that's the only good thing about it. The lunch there goes fucking.
Well, that's what was good about the Catholic church that I went to too. Is like it was just all these old ladies, so they would just like after church they would just bring all of this. It was just all of them would bake shit, and
Almost
it
like
was
a potluck,
all
huh?
so fucking good.
Yeah.
That was like the only thing
The
I
only
got out
redeeming
of it.
thing, best biscuits I've ever had were at my grandma's church.
good old biggie
Yeah.
biscuits.
Oh god, they were so good. I've been trying to chase that. I was like, what fucking biscuits were they? Were they fucking homemade? I don't know.
I have
But
not had baked goods better than I had at that church.
There's something
like,
about
sincerely.
the church, like the community in church, man. If that's all it was, if it was just a community of decent people and then just doing potlucks and shit, like just take out literally the mysticism, and then like church is pretty dope, right?
Yeah,
Like it just
So take out the main point of the church.
well, the main point of that's the main point for the people getting the bag. Like really, a lot of people go to church literally for just community.
I mean,
that's the
yeah,
main.
but
That's the actually. Yeah, I would argue that's the main purpose.
Yeah.
I think the main portion of church is like I agree, like community, but I find that community in believing into.
I mean,
in believing in
technically,
a magical space. Jew,
if
you
they
know?
get, if they actually read their book, they would know that you're not even supposed. Church isn't even supposed to exist. Like it's literally
it should be no
you're supposed
private
to
yeah.
worship in private.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pray in private. It's not this whole idea. That's why like, a community setting is
Well,
fine.
you're
but
allowed,
the way
you're
that they
allowed to pray in groups, but
actually that's not what Jesus says.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I made this up. I'm just making it up.
Well, no, because I distinctly remember a passage where it's like
that's not that unbelievable either.
You
though,
should not.
It's very true.
You should not be afraid to pray.
What I'm saying sounds like it could have been like, I just made.
We make shit up on this show all the time.
But no,
we literally just talked about the fourth 9/11 tower.
No, we had 3. You made another one. You just made another one.
I just did it by accident.
The twin tower, the twin towers is crazy.
The twin towers.
What I'm saying is, there's when Jesus got onto the scene, the idea of you're supposed to be pious.
Scene.
Yeah, when he bursted onto the scene, like strutting, he was like the idea was supposed to all like fucking hubris, fucking arrogance, wealth, like just all of these things that and gaudiness was supposed to be stripped out. And then, pastors that were like trying to make money, like, no.
Yeah.
No.
It was all about humble.
That's why they're like,
being humble.
Yeah, exactly. And now they do this. They're like, the more you donate, the more God will reward you. That's the whole thing. That's all they do now.
There's that saying too. It's like, what is it? It's easier for a camel to eat a box full of needles than it is for a guy to eat a box full of camels.
Yeah, that's true. That's just true.
It's something like that.
That's just true.
I love that because it represents the same point. It represents like it's, but then it's like, yeah, it's supposed to be about getting to heaven. But what you're saying is like, well, yeah, that's true. Well, it is true that it is easier for that to happen, but it's technically not relevant to
Look,
Let's fucking move on. I don't know if we have a satisfying answer
I'm no
to that question.
I've never been a bad guy before. I've definitely told people lies to make them hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure I have been.
I've hurt people.
Somebody can, like, if you remind me. Oh, that's why I brought up that Batman thing where I've told this story before about breaking up with my ex because I thought I was gonna ruin her
right.
stuff. Like, so I feel like in that sense, like I was technically like the villain, but I was saying like Batman in a way that I'm gonna take on that role. And even though I'm not saying I'm Batman for anyone who's autistic, like I'm just saying, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I want to believe. I don't believe in it, but I want to believe in justice and good. I'm a very class. I want to be like I've never had to like I'd never wanted to do nefarious or revenge things to people or nothing like that. I've always been like I want the world to be good, and I'm always disappointed. Obviously, like that's why like it is like I'm incredibly gay in that sense. Like
bring out the vaudeville gun. All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't believe in anything. I don't have any fucking allegiances. I don't care about anybody. I can't feel shit.
Amazing.
I'm almost
scatting in the Holy Ghost as the abyss takes you, wrote, and he says, was taught to believe in this is actually kind of
scatting in the Holy Ghost.
It's actually somewhat relevant. Was taught to believe demons were real and how to speak in tongues as a child, but now I don't even believe God exists. What do I do now? I don't know, write fiction or something.
What do I do now? Yeah, start a new religion.
Yeah, be a writer.
Yeah.
Be a writer, actually, because like I feel like a lot of this stuff is cool for stories.
Yeah.
just fucking make a story.
The tongues one's wild to me. Because that was just dudes just tripping on gas.
It was literally just Scatman. It's Scatman. It literally is what Scatman does.
It's very true.
I remember people speaking tongue before, and I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking thing ever. I was so unimpressed.
Because you can just do that.
I was so unimpressed.
There's
like, oh
not one person. Like, if you ask them if you wanted to say hello in tongues, there's not one. There is not a mapped out language. Like, it's stupid that this is such an important thing to some people, but like Klingon is more of a serious language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually.
Like, it's kind of like it's annoying.
It's really stupid too, because you have to imagine that like the first incarnation of this was probably what, like somebody with rabies who was genuinely losing their mind, or like somebody who had a stroke.
Someone had a seizure.
Somebody had a stroke in like I don't even know, the year -12, and they started babbling incoherently. Yeah. And they were like,
"How is there a -12 year?"
I don't know.
BC, sir?
Yeah, BC. What do you mean?
I thought you meant like just in general.
Before cock?
Oh, before Christ?
No, before cock.
Before Christ.
People didn't have cocks
before Jesus.
Yeah. Before.
Dang, dude.
It completely negates it.
Yeah, it was all immaculate conception, and then
All of it.
And then after he was the last one, and then everyone had cock. So we don't have to do that anymore. Or we can actually. God was like, you guys can fuck. It feels awesome.
Yeah, I'm
doing
tired.
it.
I'm bored.
I've been doing it to every woman. So like, you guys can have some fun
I'm
now.
finally gonna.
Let's have some fun now.
But no, yeah, like
I've been
fucking
cucking the fuck out of the planet.
yeah, I don't know. Like that's probably like the root of it is just somebody like going insane.
Oh, 100%.
Or just like literally having a stroke and like forgetting how to speak. And they're like, oh my god, the devil's taking them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he's sick and needs help.
Yeah, they're probably somebody important too.
Yeah,
And then there was just like, oh, this is
yeah, like a king's uncle.
the thing. We should all do the
It's like,
There it
okay,
is.
wow, it's so fucking easy.
That's it.
I think that shit's so
You
stupid.
literally just did it. That's tongues.
There's somebody in the audience like,
Someone's
El Diablo.
someone's crying right now. They shut off the podcast. They break their phone.
What bothers me so much is that I used to be so scared of that shit, and now I'm just like, what, dude? I
was never scared of that.
I feel so dumb. That shit used to scare the fuck out of me.
I was concerned.
And then now I'm just like, oh my god, because I think metaphysics. I think
Tongues
metaphysics.
scared you? That's interesting.
Well, no, just like demonology, like that used to scare me. And then I'm just like,
demon-
this shit is so
I
fucking.
thought demonology
gay,
was
though.
just cool. Like to me, like the thing that scared me was that I didn't believe anything, but I thought it was possible that hell could be real. And that was the thing that freaked me out because I was just like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't know what any of this means.
It was too fantastical. And I also thought it was, I feel like my brain was kind of onto it really early that I was like, how come there is infinite descriptions of all the layers and rings of hell, and then there is no actual real descriptions of heaven? I was just like, this is stupid. Like, if you, like, it's vague cloud bullshit and a gate. And there's literally nothing, but they will tell you in detail. And I know that's what, like, I figured this out early that I'm like, they're just scaring you. There's every detail ever about fucking hell and all the rings and how it's all tied to all these sins and then literally nothing for heaven.
I think it was probably literally like maybe 8 or 9 where I was just like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
really.
It was more of
at
just
this
like,
point.
this is.
I stopped really believing when I was in like my teens. I stopped like really like.
Yeah,
caring.
you just put it
But
away.
I just
put it away.
I just kind of was like, oh the people I love, like people I care about, like really believe in this shit. And even my grandmother was kind of like, I respect it.
that's
But I was like,
that's how I felt. But then like my mom would be like, I would come home from Catholic school and she'd be like, I think there were moments where I remember like talking about like, I don't know, religion class and like science class, and they're like, okay, well, just so you know, you don't have to believe any of that. And I remember being like, oh, do we care? Do we not care? I guess.
It's
I'm a little confused.
it was weird because like I would always aim like.
Was that a good school? Like,
It was a pretty good school.
Okay.
To be fair, like they taught like religion as like religion. Like, and then they had like science. Like we learned like Big Bang Theory and all that stuff and proper.
Interesting.
Yeah, my
It was
grandmother
in New
always
York
weird.
Catholic school. You know what I mean? It's not like Mississippi where they're going to be like, and then a donkey fucked a horse and then nothing happened because evolution don't work.
Red. There ain't no dinosaurs.
Evolution
Land
don't
before
work.
time.
Evolution don't
Bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would have conversations about that where I'd be like, okay, and why? Because my grandmother was a doctor, so I'd be like, well, this is a science thing. She'd be like, well, yeah, I feel like those things aren't exactly mutually exclusive to each other, but I think there's things we can prove and there's things we take on faith. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So do I have to keep going to it? She was like, you don't have to go if you don't want to. And I was like, bet. And then I spent my fucking weekends hanging out with my friends and doing shit I wanted
Yeah,
to.
I was kind of excited to stop going to church, dude. Like, I was
Kind
like,
of.
that was like
great.
that was the most liberating. It was so liberating.
Yeah. My mom didn't go. My mom's very religious, but she never, because she follows like some of the scripture pretty closely at times. And so the idea of church and all that stuff, she was just like, I'm really not into this. I'm not, I don't like, you
Your
see,
mom's queer, though,
you
right,
see
also?
what it is. Well, yeah, there's also, but then you have to contend with God really not liking, with not really.
That's why I was like,
it's a kind of dissonance, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I was.
what it is.
That's why my sister was like never, because I didn't know my sister was queer. Well, my sister's bisexual, I think, whatever.
Yeah, I
Or
guess that's
pansexual,
what.
Ew. But she was just like, I remember her like never wanting to go to church, and I was like, why does she never want to go to church?
I don't know. These niggas hate you.
And I was just like, I don't know why she didn't want to go to church. I remember when she like finally told me, I was like, bitch, I knew you were gay like years ago, my nigga. Your best friend's a girl who looks like DMX. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck do you think?
What the fuck is that?
Like she was like what the fuck?
That
like,
is
Damn.
That is inconceivable.
That's a hard-ass chick,
It's
man.
really conceivable, actually. And I was like, nigga, you're gay. It's fine. And I remember we had that talk when I was like maybe like 17, and I was like, yeah, I'm aware, dude. And he's like, what? Like, who gave
Baby,
you-
I am what I am. I'm
Let's
gonna be
move
what I
on.
be. Everything from chasing the track. Go out.
I was taking a dick in my sleep.
Walmart brand wrote in.
What?
Well, the Walmart brand itself. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Walmart.
Thank you,
You
Walmart
should
brand.
definitely up your fucking donation tier.
I know. Walmart, damn.
We'll make a $2 million tier just for you. Oh man, I know this is a or a tried topic, but what cartoon/fictional characters were at Diddy's freak-offs?
Oh,
What
man.
were they what were they doing there?
Okay, so we got animated Link. Absolutely at the fucking.
Oh, animated from the show?
yeah.
Do you remember when we watched that at your house recently?
It was weird as shit. I was like, what
The original
fuck?
80s cartoon for Legend of Zelda?
That nigga was.
Did you ever see that?
No, are you
No, this is real.
It's
We're not making
a
this
joke.
up.
It's not a joke,
Yeah.
it's real.
He's got like that line where he's like, "Well, excuse me, princess," and he's like weirdly,
Sexually aggressive.
yeah. For a
Oh,
cartoon.
you saw the thing that came out on the CDI, right?
It might.
No,
No.
it looks a lot like that, but it was a show. It
It's
was an
a
actual show. It was like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It was around that same time where they were doing like those weird like cartoons
And
for
the Mega Man
Nintendo
show,
games.
remember?
It was a
I
Mega Man
definitely.
show.
Well, Mega Man show came out in the '90s, though, right?
It did.
That was later. Yeah.
I think it did.
I
Well, at
think
least
you're
I
right.
watched it in the '90s.
It looked like the fucking Ninja Turtle show.
What evil fighting robots, Mega Man, I think it's like super fighting robots. I can't remember. Super fighting
know.
robots.
That sounds like a South Park like Let's Fighting Love.
Super fighting robots.
Fighting Love,
It's
so
probably
like
where they
Pokemon.
got it from. Mega Man. That show sucked.
None of those
There's
shows
really
were
good moments from it though.
I
the
like
moment
the
when
show.
He shoves him over.
Oh, bro.
I think that moment is so.
When
classic.
Dr. Light is fucking like hypnotized and he's all like this and then rolls like trying to reason with him and just tosses roll. My favorite, like I send that to a lot of women on Twitter. You know, when they would just say something stupid, it was implied that you wanted to toss them.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are good
I think
times,
that's
man.
so funny because pushing somebody
I love
over is genuinely just.
It's very disrespectful. Yeah.
Nice. It's not nice.
My favorite cartoon of that style, like, do you remember? It was like a Sonic show. It was like a Sonic TV show. I don't remember which cartoon because I think there's a couple of cartoons now. But I don't even like Knuckles is falling off a cliff. He's like teetering, and Sonic is like, "Need a hand?" Ha. And it's the most awkward fucking voice.
It's one
and
with
then,
Jaleel
like,
White's him. It's one
It's
with
Jaleel.
Yeah.
It's the one with Jaleel White,
Yeah.
and it's everything is wrong. Like his hand, his hand is his hand is 50 times bigger than he is. Knuckles is like fits in his palm. It is the hold on. I'll pull it up. Talk about it is the craziest fucking.
I'll look it up right now for you.
Look it up right now. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Robots.
Need a hand?
Nigga Man.
It's so fucking awkward.
Super Negro robots.
But yeah, I think
Nigga
Sonic's
Man.
probably at the Diddy party.
I know someone who's going to be there, and they're going to get absolutely no play because that is his plight. Johnny Bravo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He's going to be there like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm definitely going to score. Like, you know, everybody fucks there,
yeah,
but like
Not him.
Not him.
dude. Look at this clip. His giant head. Look at how
What
tiny
the
he
hell is this?
What the fuck happened?
Why is he
Have you
so
never seen
big?
that? Have you never seen that clip? First of all, his hand expands like crazy, and then Knuckles, he's the same height, and then Knuckles shrinks at least 2 times, like 2 entire times smaller. What is that clip called? It's just Sonic need a hand. You can look it up on YouTube if you want.
What's interesting that it's animated.
Yeah,
So that was done on purpose. Like,
it wasn't even like, oh, it just looks weird on camera the way we shot it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they drew it this way. It's clearly an animation error. They were clearly like throwing these things overseas to get animated. And then the storyboards were probably like very unclear. And so the Korean animation
Yes.
studio or whatever the fuck they were, whoever was animating it, were like, what the fuck do we do with this? That happens a lot. There's a lot of animation errors in like, even Invader Zim has some.
Weird to think that Korea was a place in the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
I found out about Korea when I was like maybe like 11.
That
So,
is that's actually insane. But I guess you have no
guess.
reason to because
Yeah.
K-pop isn't huge back
Yeah,
then.
like, I didn't know. What the
Yeah, there
fuck
was
about-
nothing really going on.
I knew
in
about China because of how much it was like.
Well, it would be on the bottom of all of our toys. So yeah, obviously
Yeah.
you knew about China.
But like I was like, oh, I watched like Jackie Chan Adventures and like fucking Kung Fu flicks. Because obviously I'm a black man from New York. It was born in the '90s, so I
Yeah.
saw all that fucking shit. And I was like, they're from other places?
Yeah.
What?
It's so
What
stupid.
the fuck are you on right now, dude?
I'll go.
Dude, my favorite animation.
Everywhere is Jackie Chan Adventures. Shut the
No,
fuck
you go.
up.
I'll go.
My favorite animation mistake. It was like there's a scene in Invader Zim where they have a giant. You all right?
Yeah, just my knees a little fucked.
Everybody was looking. Both of you looked specifically down. I thought it was like it was like a raccoon or something. But
The coonery.
they have this. There's an episode of Invader Zim where there's like I think the premise is like they have a class hamster and then they grow it like by accident to like a monster and it's like Godzilla. And I think in the storyboards they had like, oh yeah, and the fucking the hamster's like tearing through the street and they have him walking through the street. And it's supposed to be like a Godzilla thing. But then when the animation came back, he was like moving with like a swagger. So they just put like funk music underneath it and it works so well. They made him a little song and it's so good.
Is he walking like the Men in Black intro?
Yeah, kind of. Actually, it is very much. It is very much the Men in Black intro, like strut.
Dude. No, it's not that song though. It's bum 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 ba-dum. The animated show.
Oh
Bum,
my
bum,
God.
Bum ba-dum. And then fucking their shoulders are essentially separating from their chest somehow. Their shoulders are moving, but also their arms aren't moving. It doesn't make any sense
The fact
at
they
all.
had a Men in Black show is crazy.
You guys can look it up.
Bum, bum,
It's called
bum,
because
bum.
his name is Ultra PP.
Ultra. Come on.
This is.
Wait.
Yeah.
They gave him such a ridiculous walk.
He's
It
just
really is-
coasting, dude.
I just love the fact that like they literally.
That's some West Coast shit,
they
bro.
really-
He's just like,
they meant for that to be like intimidating.
keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it
It's so
gangster,
good.
Dog. Keep it gangster.
Shout out to the West Coast, man. Y'all,
I want to thank you all. I want to thank you.
y'all are here, man. Y'all here you exist, man.
Yeah, though.
You think Mr. Krabs had the freak off or no?
Nah.
He would.
It's just puffing there,
he would
though.
sponsor it.
Oh, it's a sponsor. Yeah, he has like there's like a booth with crusty Krabby Patties,
Totally,
like a pop up.
1000%.
And unfortunately, Squidward's there. Watch people getting tossed. And
Dude.
he's like, I don't want to be here at all.
He's just watching so many fucking roofies just make it into every drink, and
And he's like, make sure one of these is burger. I don't really think I
have a
want
civic
to.
duty to help these people, but I don't care.
I don't.
Watching a magazine that some guy's getting fucking Meek Mill's getting tag team and he's wailing.
Oh, is that Meek Mill?
Looks like something else is
He's
gonna
being
be Meek.
raped. I'm sorry.
Next question, please.
You gotta help more than I anticipate. You gotta help me, Squidward. No.
I don't think I will.
Why did you link up like that?
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't think I'll help you. I think I'll just stay here and ignore your screams. I hope your anal integrity's up to the challenge.
And walk with the anal rape.
That is fucking crazy.
His nose flattens out. You know, he laughs about
Yeah.
his nose wrinkles.
That was one of the funniest things about Squidward to me. Was just like the animation detail on him when he would laugh. It cracked me up. Just the fact that he would go nearly asthmatic every time he breathed. Oh my god.
Canned roofies.
Canned roofies. They have it.
They really have it.
Canned fentanyl. This place is great.
You put fentanyl in a punch.
Oh my god!
Oh my
I
God.
need that photoshopped where it says canned fentanyl on the.
I need it YouTube pooped too, where it's like can't fent. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the,
where he
like the
says fent.
the
With
crude.
chopped up of him making sound.
Yeah, I prefer. Like, I want that. I don't want. Like, I know you could do like the AI fucking voice and make him just
Yeah.
say fent. I
No
want
way.
the artistry of the chop up.
The sentence mixing is a beautiful art that no AI will never.
That's the majority of the art of YouTube poops for me. Is
Yeah.
the sentence mixing.
It is that's.
Yeah.
It's so good. Me and JoJo were just watching all the Prager ones the other day. They're so fucking. I know I mentioned that in the last time, but there's just a wealth of content from that guy. It makes no sense.
Dennis
That, like,
Prager.
How do you keep saying things that like have like it actual? It's not even mixing them up to say some fucked up things. Like just say like the murder and killing, all that shit. Like he just talks about these certain subjects, and I'm like, bro, you don't. You're too old to understand the internet. You don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
You need to change the way you talk.
You do, kind of.
That's so blunt. You gotta fix yourself, man.
I mean,
You're bad.
You're not compatible with this world.
He's not, and he's on his way out, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about him. He's probably like,
No. Oh, Prager, you dead. Good. I can't do a good Squidward.
Well, SpongeBob.
man.
SpongeBob.
I think old Squidward's voice is so fucking funny because it's so snarky. Like season 1 and 2 Squidward.
he's so depressed.
Yeah.
He's like, I really don't want to be here, guys. I don't like being alive. I don't like people. I don't like the sun.
I hate
I
everyone.
don't like the sun.
I don't like this.
I want there to be darkness.
They're in a
everywhere.
pretty shallow environment, aren't they?
Yes,
to,
they
to-
are.
to get sunlight.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this until recently, but like there must be like their sea level is pretty high.
Well, they walked,
Well, their ground level is
they
is
also
pretty high
walked
underwater.
out of the sea a few times.
They
Remember?
did, but then there was
They
also
should've
people
walked out
on
of it.
boats fishing. You remember when
Yeah.
they played hooky?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Playing hooky. And it was the guy. I like where they would jump off at the last minute, and then they would cut to the guys in the boats like frustrated,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not getting any catches. One dude has his like hat off, and he's like scratching his head, like fuck. I was just like, I
Were
love
they live action or were they like weird?
They were live action.
Yeah.
The people.
But were they like video live action? Or because I remember like this one where they did like a weird kind of screenshot. Like there's an episode where SpongeBob unravels the universe. Do you remember that episode where he like
No.
pulls on a thread and it unravels
remember that.
fucking everything? It's very weird. It might be later,
Mm.
but he unravels like one of the fishing boat guy. But it's a real guy, but it's like still images.
Oh.
It's like it's weird. It's funny and it looks good,
Oh, okay.
but it's not video. It's not like the gorilla, you know what I mean? Like
Hey, right,
who shows up in that fucking
yeah, that
dude,
stupid costume.
I got that episode on VHS as a gift, and I had no like. I watched SpongeBob reasonably. That episode is insane.
Yeah.
Where there's a gorilla, or like there's like a gorilla, and then he turns out to be like a horse or something, and they're live action people
He rides out. He rides off
Away
into
on
the
a-
sunset
on
or
a
on a
whatever.
costume horse.
It was
Yeah.
a costume horse.
Yeah.
You're right. And doesn't he start speaking or something like? "Ah," like he
Yeah,
has
he's like, I gotta get the hell out of
something.
here.
Yeah, some.
And it's like Patrick, he rips himself open, and he's Patrick, and then Patrick rips himself open, and he's the gorilla.
something like
That
that.
episode's a trip.
That
man.
is-
like they were on crack.
I gotta
when they
watch
wrote
that again. It's been a while. I watched a lot of the SpongeBob episodes during the pandemic
Yeah,
because I had nothing else to do.
they're good.
Yeah.
All right. Sween carries a Falmer in the gap in his teeth. Wrote in. True. Says, "What's up, Professor Dad, Philip Seymour Johnson, and Derek?" All
right.
I don't know what that means. I was conceived on 9/11 and was therefore born in 2002, making me 22 at the time of writing. Yes, I hope you feel ancient. No. That for a while that freaked me out, but now it's just like, yeah,
Doesn't
of course.
bother me
Yeah,
anymore,
I'm
whatever.
31. Like it's I get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with human capability who were born after me. But anyway, he says, as a result, I've missed out on the PS2 and Xbox generation. I bought an original Xbox a while ago to play Halo C and Halo 2 on original hardware, and I plan on buying a PS2 for MGS2, Shadow of the Colossus, and Spider-Man, Spyro, and Crash Bandicoot. What other games should I get from that era that you guys like?
You said piss too.
PS2.
Well,
You got a lot of the bases covered, honestly.
yeah.
I would say Kingdom Hearts,
I would say do not.
but it
do that.
depends on the kind of person you are.
If you're specifically trying to play on that old hardware, because I mean, there's some games that are on Steam now. that you know, I don't see why not. Especially, yeah, but if you're specifically just trying to go play those, I imagine did he play the original Resident Evil 4?
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that I would say play
Devil May Cry 3.
Devil May Cry 3.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to play the other ones. The first one's kind of.
First one's
and the second one is fucking. They took out the fucking. Dude, your Ebony and Ivory, like the guns, you can't even do the fast shoot. That was like the selling point. The faster you push a square, the faster you'll shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they took it out of the second one and just gave you a submachine gun. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this?
DMC3 is the one that a lot of people...
DMC3 is fucking fantastic.
Resident Evil 4 is a great
good.
pull.
3's good.
I love that game.
I don't know. It depends on what you're kind of looking for. There are... I still would argue, as a party game, I still would argue, dude, like Fusion Frenzy for the original Xbox is so fucking fun.
That game is
specifically
Twisted System.
Dude, Twisted System makes that game worth it by itself.
Can I be honest? Can I have a serious take? I think the system is really good, and I think the DDR thing, like when we press the buttons,
it's fun.
Fun. I don't think the rest of that game is very good. I think there's like 4 good mini games in that game.
I don't think you're wrong necessarily. But I think those 4 minigames that are good are really good.
Yeah. Samson.
Dude, I don't know. That's
I
the soundtrack of that game is pretty dope too, to be honest.
Amazing.
So like I think that's a fun party game, but like I don't know, if you're more into single player stuff, Resident Evil 4, Devil May Cry, not Kingdom Hearts.
I think it's worth a try. I
Hearts.
think 1 and 2 are cool games. I just think that like, you know,
Okami is one that you should probably check out. I don't say that based on like a personal recommendation because I haven't played Okami, but the fact that they're bringing that game back in any or like they're doing a sequel like 20 something years.
Shenmue on there?
Shenmue?
No.
No.
What?
Shenmue's
fucking
Shenmue's
Dreamcast.
terrible. Shenmue is horrible.
It's
Shrek Party
I tried
Bash.
to get into it. I really tried to get into Shenmue. Especially one of my friends was so obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And he like sold it really hard, but every time I tried to play it, I was like, bro, and then especially I don't know if it was a me problem, but I couldn't like speed up the time. Like, you have to meet at a certain time, and I'm like, I actually had to wait, and I was like, this can't be right. I was like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would say if you've got an original Xbox, check out Fable, the first Fable. A lot of people really like. I like Fable 2 personally more, but Fable 1 has its merits. There's also like, I think there's like one called Lost Episodes that has like, it's like a early example of like DLC being packaged in. So maybe that's the best one. I don't know. But
Ratchet and Clank,
Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper.
if you can get your hands on Def Jam 5 for New York, that is a beautiful experience.
I never played Fight for New York. I played Vendetta.
Oh, you shit.
Yeah.
Fight for New York. Snoop Dogg being the final boss is crazy.
It's so funny.
I like Vendetta.
He
a
has
lot.
like 50 more pounds than he should. He's
still thinner than everybody
he's still
else.
thinner, but like he's still way bigger than he
also
should.
They made him a
insane.
tank.
He's like he's just a tank comparatively to how he is in real life.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, he has muscle on him, but he's still way smaller than because everybody else is a lot bigger too.
Of course.
He's fucking doing all this martial arts, jumping around. His special is he walks up your chest and kicks you in the face 3 times.
That
like,
game,
what the fuck?
Fight
is
for
this?
New York it's Vendetta on steroids. It's the perfect sequel. It's like everything you wanted. It's like, oh, they just improved on everything.
Oh, Blood
right?
in the Sand's on fucking PS2 as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never played
Oh,
that.
50 Cent
Never
Blood in the
played
Sand.
Blood in the
No.
Sand? I played the fuck out. That game is way better than it has the right to be.
Is it?
Way better than that game should be. Remember my friend got it and I was like, what the fuck? This is actually a cool game.
Interesting.
Oh my god, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate
Is
Alliance.
that on
2.
PS2?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah.
Really?
I would.
No, 2 isn't, 1 is.
One is.
Yeah.
Just one.
I
huh?
would say if you're gonna play Marvel Ultimate Alliance, get the newer one. Like if you can't, like play the 360 version.
Yeah.
Not that the PS2's probably work. I just imagine that it must be, because that was one of those rare instances back then where like I think the games were the same. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they were like a different game. I think it just like literally is just mega pared down. So I would say like, dude, yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance is definitely like a no skip in my opinion. I loved that game so much.
Yeah.
I haven't, dude. Was
Or
it two?
Nemesis?
Rise of the Imperfect.
Rise of the
Rise of
Imperfect.
the-
That game was mad fun.
So
I liked that game, but
I
it was
didn't beat that game.
I beat it.
I remember we talked about this forever ago.
Yeah.
I got mad, and now I wonder if I would still have the same problem. Maybe I wouldn't, but there was a level where you're Iron Man and you couldn't be hit. Iron Man was all fucked up and injured, and so you had to
Oh, I think you're
fight
right.
all those aliens, and you literally could not be hit. And I remember having a problem beating it to the point where I don't know how many times I tried. It probably wasn't many because I wasn't so invested, but I was just like, fuck this. And I just put it down.
I had a good time with that game. That game's like far from perfect.
Yeah, I remember like having where were you? I think you could be
Venom. You could be Human
Grim,
Torch.
right?
Grim.
Ben Grimm.
Yeah, Ben.
yes.
Like I can't remember. The
Oh, yeah,
thing,
yeah, you
the
could.
thing.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
remember his name. I was like the thing. I remembered his actual
I
name.
remember Venom. You had you could play as Ben Grimm. You could play as Iron Man, Spider Man. I remember Captain America. I think probably not Captain America.
I don't remember him being in the game, but I just don't
He
remember.
was the New York guys, like the really New York guys.
Yeah.
To play as Elektra.
Elektra. I remember that.
I remember Johnny Ohm being like somebody that I really liked.
Who's Johnny Ohm again?
I don't remember specific like this guy.
Oh my god, the energy dude. Yes.
The guy with like
Oh.
electric around him.
God, I barely. I don't
Dude,
really
he
don't
was like
remember.
my go-to pick that wasn't Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
I would like to play it again because I do want to go back to that level and see like, oh, maybe I was just tripping and it's not that hard.
that game is busted though, by the
That
way.
game is not a
Because
well
like
done
that's
game.
not balanced at all.
Yeah.
Because I remember,
Remember the multiplayer when you play with your friends?
dude,
I would throw people off stage all the time with fucking Ben Grimm.
I would.
Stage.
There's a Spider-Man move where if you web somebody, you just throw them directly down.
Yeah.
And I would always play on the bridge, and I would just go to the corner and just throw them directly into the water, and then they just couldn't do anything. It was so fucked.
And Ben Grimm, I'd grab people and he would just throw them off, and I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah,
Good time.
that was a weird game.
There's a lot, like, dude. We're probably not even mentioning all of it. There's probably so much if you look on.
See, we're not even scratching the surface.
That game
Yeah.
era was
But-
so many video games, dude.
He already said he already said some of the important ones.
Yeah, if you did miss that generation, maybe Guitar Hero, because Guitar Hero
specifically number
2,
two.
Three.
Guitar Hero 2 is dope.
Really? I thought 3 was a good one.
Three's good,
Three's-
but 2 is special.
Yeah,
Like number 1 didn't hit nearly as hard as 2.
yeah. 2 was the breakout for it.
That's when I got involved. I was like, this okay, I'd play this. Fucking had Mother on it. Fucking had from Danzig. That fucking I think that was the one that had got that laid to rest by. God, dude, I'm having a brain aneurysm right now.
It's okay.
I'm just like not remembering.
Speak in
anything.
tongues.
Lamb of God. It was even though it was the thing that was interesting about it. Some of the like I think they couldn't clear some of the licensing, so then they put covers on it, and
That's
some of them
hilarious.
were fucking awful.
Oh,
But-
really?
But it reminds me of like just a good. Like I was like, oh, those are the good old days. Like, remember that shitty version of a Lamb of God song? It's just the guy screaming sounds like fucking like there's cocks in his mouth.
That's
Like,
insane.
It's so bad. As a matter of fact, I need to look that up before I forget.
It had Dead by My Chemical Romance, Can't You Hear Me Knocking, Beast and the Harlot,
Ah, yeah.
Bad Reputation, Hangar 18. I loved Hangar 18.
I
on
love that
game.
song. It's my
Dude.
favorite Megadeth song. Actually, the only Megadeth song. Actually,
It's the only Megadeth song on my playlist personally, and it's literally because of Guitar Hero. Obviously, Freebird, Crazy on You,
crazy.
fucking
Great song.
Heart-Shaped Box.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it's a killer. Killing in the Name,
Yep.
Remember that.
Message in a Bottle,
Yeah,
Monkey Wrench.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's good. Shout at the devil.
Shout out my window.
Shout at the devil.
Shout out my
Sweet
window.
Child of Mine, obviously. I think there was one called Soy something. Soy Bomb?
They had a song
that I
called
liked.
"Carry Me Home" by this unknown band called
The Living End.
The Living End.
Yeah.
That I really like. That song was really fun to play. It's like
War Pigs.
That song.
You really got me. YYZ.
YYZ actually.
Dude, man.
YYZ is what actually got me to start listening to Rush.
Oh, really?
Because all the other songs I would
I kind of
hear,
agree. Yeah.
I was like, I don't really care about Tom Sawyer. Like I would hear Tom Sawyer like, and I was like, this song's fine.
It's okay. Yeah.
But like I heard YYZ, I was like, this is fucking. I didn't know they were that progressive. Like
Yeah,
That's a fucking sick ass song.
that is a sick ass. It's way better than what is that other one?
Tom Sawyer or
Yeah,
whatever,
Tom Sawyer.
all those
I kind of
others.
hate Tom Sawyer. I don't know if it's because like I've heard it too many times. Like today's Tom Sawyer. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about Tom Sawyer.
Not even a little bit.
This isn't a fucking library, you dumb nerd.
Fuck up. No one cares about Tom Sawyer. Oh my god.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's just played out.
It is played out. It's. I'm sure it's a. What? I'm
It's
sure.
fine.
I'm sure it sucks.
Rush is they have a lot of variety. Neil Peart is a fucking fantastic drummer.
Yeah.
And so thank for Guitar Hero, man. Crazy that they got me into the Rush.
All right. Let's see.
I remember Fall of Troy heavy from that. That's why I fell in love with Fall of Troy from Gartero 3, I think.
Guitar. They weren't in 2, so
So it was,
yeah. It must be 3.
yeah.
Because it wasn't 1. 1 had like I don't even know the theme song to Power Rangers, and maybe that's it. I don't even know. I didn't play Guitar Hero 1.
I
at all.
didn't play. It
I
just
played
skipped.
1. I played 3
I wonder what that set list looks
3
like.
was. I played 3 a lot too.
3 a lot.
That's when you get into that battle with the devil at the end.
Yes.
I think 3 had
Oh, you
Savior
beat
on it.
that devil. Yes, it did.
It did.
It
Right? Is that the one?
No, that is not Savior.
Prayer of the Refugee, I think.
Is that the
Yeah.
one? I don't know.
Guitar Hero
I don't know
1.
the songs that.
Guitar Hero 1 set list. I'm
You
really
know Rise
curious.
Again?
Don't suck me off now.
That's
Is
Savior.
That's Savior. That's
Come
what it
suck-
starts off
come
going.
suck me.
The guitar going.
I'm not remembering it.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah.
The beginning of the song is that one riff. The guitar just going.
Well, the beginning of the song is him talking, and then
Wait, no, it's not Savior. No, that's different. You're talking about the song that goes like something. Do we get out?
That's Savior.
No, but I'm thinking of something different. Yeah, I'm not talking about.
That's Savior.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one that's on the one you said that's on Guitar Hero, and it starts off with the guitar going na 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 na. That's it. It's just 2 chords.
I don't know what that is.
Nigga, you're the guy.
No, but that's Savior.
I'm not talking about Savior. I'm talking about a different song that was on Guitar
Is
Hero.
it Prayer for Refugee? No, that's not on there. Is that right?
I don't
Play
know.
it. Play the
I don't know.
beginning.
Yeah, play.
Oh, it is Prayer. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I was just like,
that was my second guess.
Okay.
To be fair,
I was just
did
like,
say that.
Well, me doing the riff, I was like, but it's like the iconic riff.
I feel
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the Rise Again so much.
So
now.
the
me
Guitar Hero
off
1
now.
the Guitar Hero 1 set list: Ace of Spades,
Oh, of course.
Eighth of Spades,
which I hate.
You don't like that song?
No, I think it's
I'll be honest, I understand it. It is
Overplayed to the fucking sun, but it's so
but
lit.
it's a good fucking
It's a
song.
good song.
I would never say it's a. He sounds like he's smoking a baby. It's insane. Like, it's so crazy.
That song. He sounds like he's evolving.
Sounds like he's taking a shit at the dentist while he's being worked on. Okay, so it's that Bark at the Moon.
Bark at the Moon.
Cochise from Audio Slave. Cochise. What is that? Cochise? I don't know. Cowboys from Hell.
Oh, interesting.
Crossroads. Fat Lip
I know that song.
Crossroads.
by Cream.
Oh, I was thinking fucking Bone Thugs. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
How do you see you at the crossroads? How do you play on the guitar?
Fat Lip.
Fat Lip. Oh, that would have been fun to play.
Some 40. Yeah, that would be good. Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group. I don't even know what that is. Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult. A Heart Full of Black. Hey You. Higher Ground. I Love Rock and Roll, of course.
Ugh, hate that song.
I love Joan Jett. I hate that song. I Want to Be Sedated.
I love that song.
Infected by Bad Religion. That's a
Roads are
weird.
cool.
That's a weird Bad Religion pull.
This
Infected.
nigga just pulls it up. You're fucking stupid. Get out of
Stop.
here.
Shut it off. We're gonna get claimed. Iron Man, Killer Queen, More Than a Feeling.
Oh, Iron Man was on that?
Yeah, it's not a bad set list, I guess.
I remember.
Ziggy Stardust at the end is good.
It's okay.
It's fine. 2 was better for sure.
Pull up 3.
Running in the wood looking for a black
Oh my
man.
god, I forgot about that.
You don't remember that?
bullshit that
You
we
don't
did when we
remember
were
that?
kids? I forgot.
Yeah, you don't
that.
remember that shit?
I could have gone my entire life without. That was so stupid.
It was
It
so
was.
dumb.
It was funny as only a kid.
What?
Like, they changed the lyrics to Iron Man. It was a Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
I am the Ku Klux Klan. So I don't remember the lyrics. I forgot about that.
So dumb.
It was Do 3 now.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh my god.
Because I remember, because that was weird. Beast in the Harlem was on 2? I thought that was on 3.
I mean, it could have been on both, maybe. Like, would they have
They
done
had
that?
a bunch of song
Oh,
packs
no,
back
no,
and
no. Yeah,
forth.
because I specifically...
Well, Guitar Hero 3 also had DLC.
Yeah, 3 had a
that was the
bunch.
first one that had like,
Yeah, it is true.
as far as I remember.
Yeah.
We had
that's
a
true.
metric fuck ton
Since
of
that one
DLC.
was on it was easy since it was on the other console, 360 and
What the fuck
PS3.
is this list? Shut the fuck up. Just give me a straight list. Why can't anything work the way it's supposed
You
to?
still call me Superman if I was better.
Okay,
Fine,
so
motherfucker.
3s and 7s
Holding my dick.
3s and 7s.
by 3s and 7s by the this Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
Legends of Cock, I remember that, yeah.
My penis might.
All right, 3s and 7s by Queens of the Stone
Penis
Age.
might.
Anarchy in the US,
So bad.
Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols. Barracuda.
Oh, I am an Antichrist. I am I am an anarchist. I am the Antichrist. Oh yeah, Sex Pistols. I forgot about them.
Before I Forget by Slipknot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Man. Yeah.
Black Magic Woman.
Oh, that's great.
Black Sunshine.
Dude, that shit was cool to play.
Well,
was
Black
a
Magic
vibe.
Woman's fun to play in general.
That was a vibe.
Bulls on Parade.
Yes,
Makes sense.
of
Cherub
course.
Rock by the Smashing Pumpkins. Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll. The fuck? Blue Oyster Cult. Cliffs of Dover.
Ooh, that fucking lick, man.
Cult of Personality. Even Flow.
course.
Even Flow.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was that.
That's not even close.
That's the right rhythm, I guess. When I went to Seattle, there was a Pearl Jam exhibit at the fucking museum I went to.
Of course.
What do you
it
mean?
was. I would've
In
burned
where?
It was up at Seattle, like in the
I would have burned it down.
in some place in like Seattle, and I went through it and I was like, these niggas sound so stupid. And I found out Lily likes them.
I like that song.
Lily
actually.
really likes Pearl
Even
Jam, and I was
Flow
like,
is a
what?
good song.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. I like the other song. It's
objectively
something
good.
that's like called
I
like
think Even Flow
Black
sounds
or something?
funny.
I don't know.
Oh, knows everything. It's like it still has all these keys
I don't
in
know.
it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Pearl Jam really,
do,
but
do.
but Even Flow hits.
I think that shit hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
but sex everything.
It's also just about something, which is nice.
Oh, come in my brain.
Guitar Battle versus Lou.
No, you guys don't know that one? Oh yeah, that's when you
I don't know that one.
You battle 3 people.
Yeah.
You battle 2
Oh, I don't
people,
know
and
that
then you
one.
battle the devil. When you do the Charlie Daniels band,
Oh,
Final
okay.
Fantasy
Well,
game.
why are
devil
this...
went down to my dick. Or
Oh,
whatever
Knights
that
of
song's called?
Sidonia.
Down on
That's-
my cock.
Bro,
Knights of
that
Sidonia
is
is
what got
fun.
me into Muse. That's what got me into Muse.
It's a great one. That was the man. That was the trailer for Halo 5. Was Knights of Sidonia. I remember that.
I don't remember that at
being
all.
weird. And I just remember why. Halo is not a Muse game at all. Where's Breaking Benjamin? What the hell? Holiday in Cambodia. Hit me with your best shot.
Hell yeah.
Helicopter by Block Party.
That got a lot of people into the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
Miss
Miss Murder. The Metal. Tenacious D. I remember that
Murder.
one. Lagrange. Lay Down by Priestess. That was a fun one. I do what you mean to live. I don't want Seaman flow. My name is Judas. Oh, Jonas.
My name is Judas.
Yo, that's a great idea.
I'm gonna betray Christ.
Mississippi Queen, Monsters. One by Metallica, Number of the Beast. Damn, there's a lot of shit on here. Raining Blood, Reptilia by The Strokes.
Oh yeah, Raining
Love
Blood.
that
That's
one.
right.
Same Old Song and Dance, Aerosmith. Sabotage.
Of course.
Rocky Like a Hurricane. Story of My Life. Slow Ride. Slow Ride.
Story of My Life. That's a Social Distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When We Were Young by The Killers. Weird choice for The Killers. In my opinion.
It's actually a fun song to play on the guitar because it's like easy.
Yeah.
So it's just like a fun like. I'm not like freaking out.
Yeah. It's weird. This I just think like Mr. Brightside or
Yeah.
other things. What is that?
Welcome
Welcome to the jungle. I hate that fucking band.
When did you say that?
I had a dream and it was fucking crazy.
I've definitely
You said that on an episode. I think recently.
It was in an extra. I've been going through like some of the clips and just like
recently.
because I realized that you could. It's hidden in Instagram, like in the details and advanced settings, but you can schedule reels. So like what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through and like finding small clips, like really quick ones, to just post to Instagram, and I have them scheduled. I have one scheduled for tomorrow, scheduled for the next day, and all. Nice. I figured, like, if I can do this in bulk, it'd be a lot easier than fucking
I had a dream.
finding one in the right moment.
Crazy.
That is a good point.
Yeah,
to do that.
So I've just been doing that. But I posted that clip where it's like, I had a dream and it was fucking crazy. I don't remember where it's from, though. I think it was from an extra ammo.
Of course it is. Fucking.
But yeah, Guitar Hero 2 is sick. Getting your hands on that PS2 original hardware is probably going to be annoying.
Yeah.
But
You gotta get the guitar, too.
But that is a PS2 era game.
Controller. You gotta use the guitar.
I played Guitar Hero 3 with the controller.
Well,
How did that work?
I think it's
how did
easier.
How did it feel?
I think it might be easier.
it was
Maybe actually.
I think it was left trigger, right bumper. It was the bumpers primarily for the 4, and then like A, I think was the fifth one.
Okay.
So it was basically just like a.
What was the strum?
I don't remember. I think it might have been all at once or something. I'm not sure. I don't know if there was a strum.
There had to be.
I think
so.
strum,
It like turns it into like just like a DDR.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh.
It was just like a controller pad. It was kind of fun actually.
Interesting.
But it's better with the guitar.
I never
obviously.
even thought to try that.
I had to because I think I downloaded the demo, but then I was like, oh yeah, the Guitar Hero controller I have is for PS2.
Oh,
This isn't gonna work.
Oh, interesting.
But I already downloaded the demo, I think it was like a gigabyte. So it was like a gigabyte, or like it might have been like 700 megabytes.
That's
but
a
like,
lot back then.
But it took hours to download. So like I was just like, well, I didn't just download this for nothing. So I booted it up just to see if I could. And you can play that game with just a controller. I wouldn't recommend it.
Nice.
I was really bad at that game, but I feel like it's just because I was just not. My brain was dumb. Because the reason I should have been bad at that, like I shouldn't have been great, but I shouldn't have been bad.
Just how to
that
practice.
game is so easy. It seems like on paper.
Well, it's not. I mean, it
trips me up as a guitar player.
It's easy when you practice it after a while. Because I literally remember how I practiced was I went into the practice mode in 2, and then so it was having me practice the solo in Danzig's Mother.
Yeah,
and I just did that over and over until I was like, okay, I think I got it. Like, I don't like that I have to do that, but I'm like, I can't believe I'm fucking grinding to this bullshit. Like, I feel like I'm not progressing.
It's like
I did Hangar 18 over and over again.
Yeah,
on like increasing difficulties.
Nice.
There's a game called Stepmania. That was sort of like finger DDR.
Oh
and
yeah,
I got really good at that game over a summer. I just like didn't talk to people, and I played that game. And then I remember like the summer's coming to end. It was like fucking like late August. People were like, "What are you doing?" I was just getting good at Stepmania, and they were like,
"Cool,
you gotta be gay. You gotta be gay." And I was like, "Nah, dude.
Nah, man.
I really like my anime openings."
Helps you get fucking better at fingering pussies. That ain't gay. Or fingering ass, whichever.
Slapping pussy as hard as I can.
That's what you got to do. Halo 3 Mountain Dew wrote in. Yeah, that's most of what we I think can offer. Like I missed out on a lot of games too from that era. So, but I think you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Halo 3 Mountain Dew wrote in. They said, "Hey fellas, I've been I can't read today. I've been binge watching an assload of horror movies. So I wanted to ask a simple question: what is your guys' favorite horror movie or last horror movie that actually scared you?"
No.
Favorite horror movie? Easily Insidious one. It's not scary. It's really fucking funny.
It depends on what you mean, because there's a movie called I think The Others.
Good movie.
I really love that movie.
Though.
It's not. It's a. You know what I mean?
It's more suspense.
Like it's more suspense and it's creepy and eerie, but it's not like necessarily like a oh boo. You know, there's no booga booga moments. It's more like upsetting. But I like that movie a lot. But like pure horror movie or like pure like camp horror movie, like Evil Dead 2 is my favorite easily. Like by a lot. Like by a wide margin.
Those movies aren't horror. Those movies are not scary at all to me anymore. But I guess that part of the time they were meant to be, because those are just fucking funny movies.
Well, they are hard. I think what those movies understand is that horror and like comedy are very, 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 very close, and especially like ridiculous. Like Freddy, motherfucker, like Freddy Krueger is dumb as shit, dumb as fuck.
It's dumb
It's such
for
a
it's dumb
premise.
for not young people. For young people, it's really scary when you're young and your brain is.
I was never
really
scared of
dumb.
scary
Mainly because he looks scary technically. He doesn't
Your
with the
dreams
stupid.
are fucking fucked up.
My
you
uncle
know?
looks like that.
Yo,
Ooh.
your uncle's some fucking.
You gotta-
My uncle Jay Leno.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
You've
Speaking
never disclosed his information.
We
to
were
us.
just making fun of your
It's a
uncle.
different Jay Leno.
We were making fun of your uncle the whole time, just shitting on him, laughing at the fact he got beat by the mob, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah. My uncle's funny.
You seen it?
He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. You seen this guy? But yeah, Evil Dead 2 for me.
Yeah, I
And
never
there's no
considered
contest.
that. But I think it's like one of those things with Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie or not? I think it's just one of those things. It just depends on how you
Yeah.
interpret it.
Yeah, I just don't, the thing is for me, like I don't get horror movies don't scare me.
Yeah, they don't.
Like it's
They
impossible.
used
really.
to, and I'm like, that's dumb.
I think
I would
horror games freak me out more because I think I'm in it, and so because I have to react, and I think there's just a little bit more effort put into like immersing you in that.
I think horror games are also really not scary at all. But it's just like
They're
the
not,
idea.
but they're scarier than movies to me.
I
Because like
think-
if I'm in a situation, if I see a horror movie and like somebody's like in the room and they're like, okay, I'm gonna walk into this room and I'm not gonna check the corners, right?
Yeah, you
And
can-
it's just
you
like,
can-
well, you're a fucking idiot because I wouldn't have done that. And a horror game lets it. You're kind of in the position where it's like, okay, I'm gonna check the corner, and then you still get fucked over by something that you couldn't that you didn't prepare for.
I agree,
That's
but
scarier. It's still
horror-
not like dreadfully scary,
The
but
thing about horror games is that you have the ability to combat them directly. like-
I'm not all of them.
Most of them. Which ones?
Not the biggest
I would say
ones.
probably the opposite.
Yeah.
Most of the horror games made are you're defenseless.
Which
Yeah.
game do you say your defense is?
Amnesia,
Outlast.
Outlast,
Outlast or
Alien
defense-
Isolation.
In that sense, you can fight. You can combat them.
At like the
You're running
very end.
You're running away for the most part, but you can combat them.
But usually the idea
Not
is
really.
to not like, because you're thinking like Resident Evil where you just fight them all the time.
Yeah, that's not a hard game.
It's usually like all the people that make horror genres and stuff. They make sure you're helpless and all you can do is run and hide, and that's what makes it so scary because you fucking can't really fight back. I personally don't like those games. That's like I like the idea of them, but I like to do more. I'm so used to a Resident Evil where I can shotgun something in the face that's coming at me.
that zombie scares me and I blow its fucking head off its body.
Like I like that, but so I've played like some of the other games where it's like say I didn't have I was trying to play the Evil Within and I just didn't have the patience to deal with the beginning before I got all the stuff I needed to fight. Because at first you're
I'm the
running,
same, yeah.
and I was like, hurry up! This fucking dumb asshole's like chasing me throughout the fucking place, and I'm like, there's got to be something laying around there I can. He was just there's hooks and there's grab something. Anyway,
Well, dude, even the Evil Within's a good example because there's a second game in that.
Yeah.
franchise. Have you seen the clip from the second game?
no.
Where like two characters are talking and they're talking about. I don't know. I don't remember the context of the conversation, but they're like, it seems like there's evil within. 2. And then they turn to the camera.
That's awesome.
And that's like it's like in the game.
That's crazy.
So it's like they're really close. Like horror is absurd.
Do you remember?
Um,
Do you remember when you played Resident Evil and you found out how to get the critical headshot with shotguns, where you learn to aim for the chest, and then you always blow off their heads? When I found that out, I was like, "Oh, I'm God now. I just became God." I
Yeah.
just run around blowing people's heads off. Oh man,
That's all it was when you eventually got the custom Magnum, and that thing, it was the most powerful
Oh,
gun.
Chris's gun, the
no,
Red
this,
Hawk.
This was no. This is
I'm thinking the 2.
because you get in 2, you get it, and you can get a Magnum towards the end, right?
Yeah, it's,
But then you can get the custom. So there was like a shotgun, there was a custom shotgun, there was the custom Magnum.
in 2.
Yeah. So
Am I going crazy?
you
Where do you get the custom.
You just get
one?
these upgrade. There was just certain things that you would have to
There's
do
pieces, right? There's
to
this-
get like the upgraded versions of these
Okay, yeah.
guns, and they were just way powerful.
Evil out there. That may be. You're around,
Oh
Sebastian.
no. Wait. This is insane.
Evil out there. That may be. But there's evil within, too.
Oh, it's the same asshole.
Yeah.
I actually survived the first game.
Isn't that insane? But it's a serious
Evil
horror
Within
game.
2.
It is. Like the whole time it is, and then it's just like, okay, here. That's so fucking stupid.
I think horror is such a weird. It's because it's this.
I love it.
It's such a weird genre because it just gets. The older you get, the less like. Because I think there's good horror movies, like there's, but there also it's more suspense. Like the best horror film I think ever is probably like, genuinely, is probably like Exorcist, maybe. That's probably like the number
That's probably
one.
what like a film school
The
student
number
would say.
one would be like, oh, like this is the best one.
It's like Citizen Kane is a masterpiece. It's the best movie ever, dude.
It's ahead of its time.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Citizen Kane is so fuck. Oh, it was the snow globe. Get a fucking grip.
The snowblow.
I think
the
I
snowblower.
think that's a bit of a. It is impressive what it is, but it's like, okay, this is good for like.
You were the first people to do certain things. Cool, neat, good job.
Like, yeah, that's what you get.
Citizen Kane isn't even as good as like Napoleon Dynamite. Like it's like
Nosferatu.
That's crazy.
there's a new that movie.
Apparently, it's amazing.
I gotta see it.
Apparently,
I only know
Jackie-
him from SpongeBob.
Nosferatu actually the
Jackie and
German
what's it called?
Dracula actually used to scare me.
Yeah,
Like
he's
that,
creepy
as-
looking.
as a kid.
I fucked that nigga up, bro.
Yeah. I also there's a Super Nintendo game where you have to fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to fight Nosferatu. It's actually the game's called Nosferatu,
That's
and
crazy.
you're a stupid fucking teenager, or maybe you're in your early 20s. I don't know. Your girlfriend's been kidnapped. It's so tropey, and you're this regular guy and like jean fucking and basically a Canadian tuxedo, fighting mythical creatures. It's so
That
fucking
sounds insane. I feel like I
It's-
know what you're talking about.
bro. It's
Is that a side scroller?
yes. It's
And
basically
you just punch?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
punching and kicking.
Yeah, and you're like beating
And
up werewolves
you're
and stuff?
yes.
Yeah, I know exactly
Bro,
what this is.
One of the bosses is two gorillas.
I think you're right. I remember, because he's dressed like in like an 80s
Yes.
kind of. He's got like a tank top or something,
he's
or
in
like
no,
blue jeans.
He has blue jeans. He has the acid,
vest?
the vest. He's a Canadian tuxedo. He's got and it's so fucking dumb. But I played the fuck out of that game. I played it way too much.
That's so
Imagine that.
funny.
You're
I
just-
forgot
you're-
all about that
The
game.
ability to get your nut lets you be able to fucking kill mythological creatures.
Yeah, you can fight werewolves,
You beat a werewolf to
angry
death.
fucking gorillas or something. Like they're apes. They might have been orangutans. They're just savage
That's
beasts that you
still-
clearly should not be able to beat.
And
Just
the
sitting
enemy-
in Dracula's castle.
I gotta tell you, the sound effects for the punches, the attacks, are so satisfying. And there's something about it that I was like, they really made you feel like you were hurting the fuck out of something you were hitting,
And that's-
even if you're a regular person.
And it's really funny because you get to the end of the game and then it's fucking Dracula. It's Nosferatu on a thing and it's like, humans are nothing but a bag of secrets and homosexuality. And he drops the glass and then it starts to fight and it's like, what the fuck? The fuck is going on?
This is
dude?
the wrong game.
This is the wrong.
This is right.
This ain't right, dude. What is the original quote? He
I
was
have
like-
no idea what the original
What is
quote
a
is.
man? A
Other than
miserable little pile of secrets, I think.
And then what does it become?
What are you talking about?
Because they changed the quote.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
And for what?
I
What do you
thought people
mean?
would just change
For
it
what?
for
What do you mean?
meme's sake.
There was an original quote, then there was a quote they changed it to because the like the modern one that I have on my PS4. That's not the quote.
Oh, it
What
says,
is the modern one?
I don't know. I just know that I remember that quote directly.
I'm gay.
I feel like
fuck
they
you.
didn't change it because why would you? Why would you?
I don't
People
know.
people love that stuff.
My
Like, even
ass
if it sucks.
yearns for you.
Dracula
Dead and loving it.
Secrets.
You ever seen that movie?
I know. What the hell is that?
A spoof, right?
Yeah.
I think it might have been with Leslie Nielsen. I can't remember who it was. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I
I
think
feel
it's,
like I remember the title.
was it Leslie Nielsen? I haven't seen that since I was a kid. Let's see. You ever see Blackula?
Of course,
Do you remember in Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy that that was like
it was back.
that was just a character in that show?
It was Dracula.
It's literally, I think it was like literally. Was his name
It was
Blackula?
Dracula. Not Dracula. Dracula.
Dracula.
Dracula.
That's right.
Dracula.
Dude.
Oh wow, I didn't know fucking Mel Brooks directed this.
That sounds
Interesting.
right, actually.
But yeah, Dracula Dead and Loving It. So it was
The title actually. Now that I hear Mel Brooks,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
it was a spoof with Leslie Nielsen. And,
I feel like that was probably terrible.
it was probably. I remember liking it as a kid, but I didn't. Clearly, I didn't like it that much because I've seen other Mel Brooks films many a times over.
Have you seen
Yeah. I've seen many Leslie Nielsen movies all over
That-
and over again.
that
I haven't
too.
bothered to go back to that one.
That's a good point.
You know?
I was watching Airplane the other day.
Dude, Naked Gun. Naked Gun kills me still.
Naked Gun is probably the best movie I've ever seen in my life. Actually,
Naked
I
Gun.
think for real, that's probably like one of them.
It's
I
one of
watched
my
it with
favorites.
Lily, and Lily is like, "What the fuck is happening?" And I'm like, "This is so funny."
Awfully big
Why
mustache.
don't you boys start singing? Okay. Oh, he's
Oh
like,
yeah, and they nail it.
and then he's like, Get out of here.
The naked gun is probably one of my dude. I've been on a kick lately because for whatever reason, my I don't know if it's TikTok or Instagram or whatever, but their algorithm has been feeding me nothing but specific clips of animated shows, and I got into a rabbit hole of. Do you know the doctor from Family Guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about this character, but he's written his entire character is a Leslie Nielsen bit the entire time. Like everything he says is hilarious.
Like,
It's
like
so
always
good.
he's always giving you the wrong diagnosis over and over again. So he gets the right
Yeah, he's
one.
like, yeah, he's
He's
like
also like always like objective. Like
Peter's at the doctor, and then he's like, it's like, oh my goodness, you're going to die, and they're like, what? It's like, and then he pulls out a comic. He's like, oh, Hagar the Horrible. If you live this way for much longer, you're
Oh
gonna die.
right.
And it's just the whole shtick. He's like, now, Mr. Griffin, that liver's got to come out, and then they gasp, and he's like, what do you mean? It's like it's been in the microwave for 3 minutes. It'll get dry now, and it just keeps moving. And it's so fucking. I was belly laughing at these clips. Dude.
You ever saw that? That's a classic.
I have seen it, but I forgot about it, so they hit me like a train again.
I gotta pull up this one. This is my favorite moment of
Is it? I think I might know what
you
it
probably you probably know what it is. Let's see.
Mr. Griffin, I'm saying you're fine. I'm fine? What, are you coming on to me now?
Peter, he's not coming on to you. He's trying to tell you that you're healthy.
Can it be both?
It's so good. There's one where Joe's in the hospital, and they're like, "Oh my God, Doc, am I paralyzed?" And he goes, "I'm afraid of ghosts." And yes, it's so good. It's just like I forgot how funny that specific character was. There's one where they're all clapping in an auditorium, and Joe's sitting down in his wheelchair. He's like, "Get up, you jerk!" Dude, it murdered me. That's such a funny fucking character. Dr. Hartman is sick.
He's great.
Can it be both?
Can it be?
It's the long pause before and after.
It's
that,
perfect.
like, kills it.
Perfect.
Man, I forget sometimes that Family Guy can be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
it was funny for a long time.
Oh yeah, there's
Those
a lot
original
of-
seasons are fucking fun. That's where that one's from. You can tell by the animation of it.
I remember that.
Can it be both?
It only hits hard once, but him tripping and doing the
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I remember everybody talking about that at school. I think I was my freshman year of high school.
The scene when
Everyone was talking about like, dude,
That was the Willy
that was-
Wonka episode, right?
Yeah. The fucking pot tucket.
tickets. I got a world of dreams.
That shit was then the Chumbawamba song. That was a great episode.
It is a good episode.
That was a really good episode.
Early Family Guy is really good. Yeah. Anyway.
Just do the names down.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, all right.
What you know?
Let's get to some. Yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna read our audience. $25 and up patrons now. Gonna be both.
Aren't they talking about death?
Isn't it
fucking
Count yourself
about-
lucky you're not a horse. They would turn you into dog food or to Chumbawamba gobbledygook.
Was that actually it?
Yeah.
P.
Tier
Yeah.
Griffin.
Peter Griffin.
Dude, the scene where
great.
like the fact that Chumbos would always come out and talk about death and like how God's
What
not
do
real.
you get
And
when
it's
you're
like,
stuck
what the
in that
fuck?
chair? Finding it hard to go up and down stairs. What do you think of the one you call God? Isn't his absence slightly odd? And then maybe he's forgotten you.
Yeah, it's that. I remember that. I'm being like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
That is wild.
Kicking his ass out, and he's like,
oh, I'm a fucking Coors fan anyway. Silver bullet.
like,
It's good.
beautiful fucking episode.
Show's amazing.
Dude, I haven't belly laughed like that at like a TV show in a long time. I really just forgot about that style of writing.
I haven't watched
I'm
comedy in a
afraid
long while.
of ghosts.
and then
And yes.
and yes. I'm
Oh
like,
my
why would
God.
you say
I've
that?
been watching too much sappy shit.
You're
lately.
gonna. Oh my God, Mr. You're gonna die when you watch these Dean Martin celebrity roasts. What the fuck? This sucks. So stupid. All right, let's read the names of our $25 and up patrons now.
All right.
Would a retarded man destroy a building in celebration? In fact, yes. That's exactly what a retarded man would do.
What's
Read it and weep. There's an episode that you're talking about with the
Is there
Peter
one?
Griffin where he was like, he was like, read and weep. Brian, I'm not retarded. It says I'm a genius. He's like, no, in fact, it says you're in fact actually mentally retarded. And it's like, would a retarded man destroy his own house in celebration? He's like, yes. In fact, that's exactly what a retarded man would do.
What's
What's the best Family Guy joke you think?
Oh man, I can't select one.
What's the one that comes to the one that comes to mind aside from the doctor ones is, oh my God, Brian, there's a message in my Cheerio, or there's a message in my alphabets. It says, ooh. Like, Peter, those are Cheerios.
That's a great one.
I love that one.
There's just moments there's that I really like. There's things like, say, when Peter finds out he's part black, and like
I went
there
through
was
that.
there was the part. It was the part where like he's about to leave. Lois's father's about to leave the house, and he like trips and accidentally whips him because like he grabs like the drapes.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like things like that. And he actually like it's things like that it's so fucking absurd.
It's a very
that, like,
Seinfeldian, insane.
It's so funny. He was trying to make Luke Perry. Is that his name?
Luke Perry, I think
He was
you're
trying
right.
to like make him be gay or what? I don't even remember why.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about,
But, like,
though.
he
That
comes
was
up
Luke Perry.
He comes up to him and he like puts ice on his nipple. It doesn't work. And then he's like, "Oh, I got this." He pulls his thong up, like he's wearing like a Speedo, and Peter pulls his thong up and starts walking by him, and just goes running away, gagging. And it's just like, it's so absurd thinking that this is going to turn this guy gay. Peter Griffin in a thong. I don't know.
There's one shot from that show that like I love it because it's understated.
Yeah.
Where like I think it's like a chase scene and like Stewie's running through a hospital and then he jumps out a window and he tumbles into a dumpster and then he crawls out. But like the shot, it's Stewie running, and then when it cuts to the outside,
it's a real adult.
It's an adult black guy in Stewie's clothes, and he lands, and then real Stewie comes out. Like they just had like a obviously miscast stunt double.
Yeah.
And then they never address it again.
That reminds me of
I always wanted to do something like that.
The only funny scene in I think it was called Date Movie. You know those like those spoofs on all the date movies?
when like Scary Movie took off and then everybody was like,
yeah, they made a bunch of
disaster
terrible
movie,
ones.
epic movie.
So the only thing I
Superhero
remember
movie.
is Date Movie where the main character, I think the chick is supposed to be, she's on a bicycle and then she's supposed to be doing like a ramp, like just a jump, and then it's like a giant buff black dude wearing the same dress doing it, and it was like the stunt. So it was like that same thing. That was the only thing in that movie that made me laugh. I was like, that was funny.
There's a scene where like they have that horse that's like dumb, and is just standing around doing nothing, and like the horse died. Like, we gotta get rid of it, Peter. And Peter puts it on the hood of his car and drives fast as he can, then stops and he breaks it into the Jewish guy's a fucking store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid. But also everything with John Brian and Stewie, like off the road to Rhode Island. Like I remember that
those are good
music
episodes,
being like just really good.
Oh yeah,
he clearly just wants to make those. Songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's why he did it eventually.
Anyway,
best joke.
Yeah,
when I think it's literally from that where they're traveling and Brian's trying to speak Spanish to one of those dudes in the truck.
Oh yeah,
he's like, mi llamo Brian.
He's like, my llamo Brian. He's my llamo Brian.
He's like,
my
it's
llamo
pretty
S
good.
Brian. My llamo S Brian.
You don't need to say
yes. You don't need to say S.
And then he's like, and then he was just.
You speak English? I remember that whole quote like the back of my hand. Actually, he's like, my llamo S Brian. He was like, oh, very good, but you don't have to say S. It's just mi llamo Brian works fine. He was like, oh, you speak English? He's like, no, I speak English. He was like, really? He's like, I just speak what I said, and me explaining that I can't speak English. And he's like, really?
Are you serious?
Yeah. That is the best. I think that's the best joke I've heard in my life.
That
actually.
shit was fire.
It's very Leslie Nielsen, that joke.
It's just just this line stating that and a line explaining it.
No, just what I said and then the line explaining it. Okay?
Yeah.
It's really good. I love that he has no Spanish accent at all either. That's what makes it so fucking perfect. It's just a guy.
So good.
It's the same guy that voices.
Alto.
Anyway, yeah, we'll read our.
That's from that episode. That's episode when he goes to see his mom.
Los otros. I remember he's trying to talk. Yeah, hey, go.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a great one. Racial slur, a snark tank. So we're reading the names now. Racial slur. A Snark Tank themed tattoo of Fred Flintstone. Imagine getting fucked by a swarm of locusts. It's Emma throwing dollars. Flexing being a day one listener, like a Destiny veteran flexes playing the D1 beta when sharing a bad opinion. Sweeney accidentally circumcising Lily's chode with the gap in his teeth. Bussy music. A whole new meaning to scatting on her face. Metal Gear Tau, the tank that shoots women in the face with nukes. My uncle's fentanyl themed funeral.
Fat man.
Sneezing so hard your urethra shoots out like a Nerf dart. Sween's trigger words are now colon and gap. Broly sticking his berserker penis between Sweeney's gap. Cat black, I was wrong, and gay, I'm sorry. Have a nice day, stereophalics. Uwu rar XD. No, I'm not that guy. No, I'm not gay. My colon just fell out like that, Dutch. Just beat Stevie Wonder in a staring contest. Sweeney's Downsy kid Peasantston wearing a flower bag. It's not a name. That's just how I feel. Damo Nation, Vaughn of the Dead. We all look at the same moon. I wore the scumbag shirt to the barbers.
Nice. Like, who the hell's that scumbag?
I can't wait till we see we did see that one photo of our merch with the Costco guys.
The Costco
but
guys.
I want to see one of those things at like a. I would love to see that just in the wild, like in a really bizarre place.
Yeah.
Because that shit was wild. I can't believe they ran into him at a Costco, man. That's so crazy
It
to me.
just seems fake.
It seems impossible.
Like, why are you guys still at the Costco?
They live there.
I mean,
They live
apparently.
under the fucking
We're
TV.
Costco guys. Of course we're fucking dying inside.
We're Costco guys. This is our lease.
Of course I live under a bridge, under a fucking rock, under a foot.
Of course, only
In
have
the Costco.
one fucking pair of clothes.
Yeah, of course I lost my ball in the fucking war.
That's crazy. Mr. Electric, send this N-word to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately. The first line of Sweater Weather by Neighborhood is, and all I am is a man. Saying this cave isn't a natural formation to MTF, that's crazy. It's fucking beautiful to see Ben Shapiro fans gaining consciousness when he defends health insurance CEOs. Astrobot canonically banging haters with his Astro cock. Osama bin Laden waking up, but instead of 72 virgins, it's one Donald Trump. That'd be crazy.
Oh, no.
That's such a cruel joke.
You think you're about to fuck a bunch of little girls and then Trump comes and fucks your ass hard.
Hello, aloha. Has no idea where the fuck they're from. He genuinely is colorblind. He just doesn't know where anybody's.
Aloha.
I've been waiting for you.
Aloha Akbar, as you say.
Oh, no, this is hell.
This is hell.
No. Oh.
Sim Salabim, bro.
Oh.
No. Oh, not bad. Yeah, see, it's better than you thought, huh?
Oh man, it's so rotund. We need adjuster copycats now. Donald Trump bringing Osama bin Laden back to life.
Oh, no.
And trying to pay him to start a new war on terror, but he can't speak Arabic. That's crazy. I wish we had somebody who could improvise in Arabic here.
None.
None.
I know. Hamdulillah, fucking.
I don't even know.
Habibi.
Habibi, I know what I know.
Wallahi.
I gotta go to a potluck tomorrow with a bunch of Arabs.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah, actually true.
Why?
I don't know.
Bunch of
Because I was
Arabs.
invited. What do you mean?
Do you know Arabs?
Yes.
So a bunch of them?
Well, a couple. I don't know. What's up? A bushel of Arabs? I don't know.
You?
I know. Why are you surprised that I know Arab people?
I don't know. I don't know many Arab people out here.
Oh, you don't know
I know
nobody.
like one.
What?
I know one Arab out here.
How do you know one?
I mean,
That's the only Arab person you know?
out here, yeah.
That's inconceivable to me. But
I know one.
I mean, how many do you, that is kind of like,
Not
I
that
mean-
it's that crazy, but it's like I know one Arab out here.
and I have at least like 6 friends who are Arabs.
Huh.
They're not close friends, obviously.
yeah, I wouldn't consider them friends. Like
They're
maybe
a
when I
little
was in high
scary,
school,
you know?
I'd be like, oh, this is my friend. But I'm like, nigga.
Yeah.
You scary.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I got a suite for bombs in
Fix the
house,
Patreon
man.
RSS feed, please. You stinky butt flu.
Sorry, we gotta scan you before you go now.
Death.
So-
We're joking. Death. Jack the World's Fastest Maori begging you to put the show in title. Title.
on title.
On Tidal,
Do people use title?
Yeah, people do.
a handful of people
Is it
do.
good?
Titles, to me, Title's only good for
Best
music.
sound quality.
guess.
Title's only good for music.
You're not going to be getting better sound quality from us on title.
Yeah. The best thing I can do for you is I can bump the rates of the quality of the rates.
Yeah.
Because we do a standard 128 that's standard for like MP3s and shit. But I could bump it up.
Do we have even Like the capability to put on a title if we wanted?
I
feel like we might be locked in certain capacities.
Yeah, I don't know because like say my distribution company or the one that I go through for music, I can put shit on title. My stuff's on title. But
yeah,
for podcasting, I don't know if that's even an option for the way that we do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends. If there's like reason, we might check it out. I don't know. We might. I don't know. That's a very specific request. We have to look into that.
I'll look into our platform. Yeah.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning, sucking off P Diddy. How long until porn stars get Fortnite icon skins? Derek looks like the kind of guy to get his dick stuck in his belly button. Stuck.
Wait. So is my dick like that skinny? To where I can like I can, and then it's up. It's in my belly button.
That's a lot to process.
I wouldn't mind having a dick that small, just to see like
would that fit like a Slim Jim?
Yeah. Would that significantly change my life? You think?
Probably.
Yeah. If I grew up with a dick that small,
I feel like pissing would hurt.
Pissing already hurts.
Ooh, that's not good.
It shouldn't.
That's not good.
What I do is I hold the head of my dick until I piss gets all full like a little balloon.
Yeah.
And I let it go and it bursts.
I wish it worked that way. It really kind of doesn't.
You can get a little bit of torque if you just hold it for like a second or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
you ever like purposely try to stop pissing while you're pissing?
No. I've done I've done instances where I felt like I was gonna shit myself. So then, like, I stopped pissing because it clamps everything, right?
I've never done that. I've never stopped pissing on purpose to see if it wouldn't hurt, but then it.
Well, I've never done that specifically to try to do an experiment to stop pissing to see if it's gonna hurt.
Sometimes the stream be so powerful, like I have to have the power to stop the stream.
All right, Big Meaty stinks. Kid Flash, as an adult, is still referred to as Kid Flash. Andy the Man Whose Handies are now back to S tier and Forever Dandy. Louis Armstrong playing Shadow the Hedgehog.
Chaos control.
Chaos control.
Chaos spear. You're going down.
I don't even know what. I have no knowledge of Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, at all.
No, way more than that.
I can't remotely improvise this.
I haven't played a Sonic game in like 15 years.
Fuck myself.
More than 15 years.
With my wonderful girth.
Sweeney canonically blasting an unborn child in Caribbean? I don't know what that means.
Caribbean.
Heath Smoker going is off to Vegas.
You got to read it in the Wonderful World melody.
I can't. My voice, I'm recovering my voice right now because I was like sick over the weekend and my voice got fucked. And so I feel like that voice specifically would kill me.
Yeah.
You should do it though.
Okay. She Parker on my Peter with great power and responsibility.
Great Parker and responsibility.
The forced nature of that is insane. The in-game currency in Call of Duty is called a CP. Gids. Sweeney flossing his tooth gap with Shannon Sharp's colon. Sween come back as Mario Judah already. Big Peepee. Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z.
Where'd he go?
But gay.
Peepee.
I don't know. I think he just kind of, I don't know.
Big Peepee sucking D's. What?
Mario Judah.
That's crazy. Luigi and Mario Judah.
Oh.
He's his brother. His brother's fucking Mario Judah.
Duh.
Obviously.
His brother's fucking Mario.
Damn.
He listened to his brother's song and he was like, "Yo, I gotta fucking go after this guy."
Don't you run from me, little nigga.
That was he was blasting that in his headphones. It's like, man, I'm gonna support my brother while I assassinate this man.
Big dog, big bear, homie. I'm a lion. I'm a predator.
The prey that is hiding. Oh my, I have found you, nigga. Don't you run from me, little nigga.
Song
You are not fast
enough.
You are not brave enough. You are out of luck.
Now it's time for you to die very rough.
Do you think you listen to Louis Armstrong on a podcast for 3 hours?
I couldn't listen to Louis Armstrong, period.
He can't possibly talk like that.
He's more of like...
You've never heard him talk?
Never.
He's...
Does he really sound like that?
I'm strong. I'm Louis Armstrong.
He actually sounds even deeper.
His
Fucking
vocal,
metal band
his
ass
vocal
voice.
cords are all bass.
Just bass and treble all the way up.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Could you make me a sandwich?
Motherfucker sounds like Smaug.
Just laughing.
Ew. Jesus Christ.
This is how I sound when I sing. This
Man,
is
you're
my
really-
falsetto.
Man, you're really hitting the high notes there, Louis.
Body.
Oh my god. Okay. Keith David's voice makes my colon fall out my ass. Scatting in the Holy Ghost as the abyss takes you. Gay men cream. Are you listening? The drain, comma glistening. Kevin Durant's
Here
feet.
comes the men are black. I really liked the song. Yeah.
This is great. I'm glad you're doing this.
Fuck up.
Why are the men all black? I really enjoy the, but I'm just asking questions.
We
I'm a
need
little
some.
curious.
Let's go.
Do you know that
I was gonna say something too inflammatory.
have you guys stop snapping? There's a metronome happening, but like no reason.
It's just in his
Like,
head.
it's really fucking
It's
me
just
up.
in his-
The stop. I hear it still.
No, you don't. You're fucking dumb.
Stop it.
Why?
Because I hear it in my brain.
Your brain's dumb. Get over it.
You're projecting. All right, listen, whatever.
I'm
Never
making you
mind.
think
I was going to
like
ask you a
me.
question.
Making you think like myself.
Mr. Manlove and How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Cock. Fuck you, I ain't paying my TV license, bitch. Mr. Pants. I want to see Ben Shapiro get gang raped by gay clowns. Fuckface Unstoppable. Paw Patrol counts as propaganda. Cardboard Pie. Long-time question asker, first-time listener. Backshotting Squirrel Girl until all liquid leaves my body. Jolly Old Dipshit. Ghost of Yo DEI.
Oh my god.
Yo Day.
Oh my god. Who
Gangrene Peen.
never thought of that?
No. Got a 2-month free trial for premium. Holy shit, I'm never going back. Hope the 10 grand was worth it, you burger flipping F-star. Yard Dweller. Daft Punk. Into my asshole penetration into my asshole. Into my asshole penetration.
That person's totally fucking.
It's
trolling
really
us.
yeah.
He's
He's
trolling us.
like it's not Daft Punk.
Because it's not like what else of Daft Punk do they do that sounds like that? I can't think of anything.
Around the world.
That's what I'm just thinking of shit like that. I'm thinking
Into
of
my asshole
penetration.
penetration. It doesn't work as well.
It wouldn't even like it would be something probably like around my girth,
Around
or
my butt, around my butt.
Whatever. Defeating Rabbit Sweeney with a fire hose of cum, melting him like Roger Rabbit's dip. Chaozu's wife is in canon and is a doll. Beast Mr. Curing Cancer to
Shut the
spite
fuck up.
Jimmy. Waluigi, that's crazy. Waluigi, the corporate assassin. Smitchy the kid, she pipkin on my Pippa. Possum was actually homeless, but now they're back. Snark boys, come to Tijuana. I'll show you around. No,
I'll come tomorrow.
Have fun. Have fun.
I'm gonna die.
Have fun waking up butterfly, fucking blood raven.
Oops, my colon fell out.
wake up in tubs, full of eyes, and I say to myself, "Where's my appendix gone?
Where the fuck is my heart?
Where's my?" It's like Kalimat is already still alive somehow. He's still breathing. Mr. Armstrong,
colon kidneys.
Mr. Armstrong, the Argentinians have stolen your heart.
Where the fuck?
Wow.
Is where the fuck is my cock?
Would that be? That's a great.
Wow.
That's a great.
His dick is missing, dude. His whole penis is gone. He's like,
The reaction.
wow.
I love the whimsical kind of nature of that.
Yeah, like his hands are on his face.
Wow. Whoa.
Whoa!
My heart's gone.
There's a really badass
Is
moment.
that why I don't feel love no more?
I'm like the Grinch.
How can I sing if I can't love?
I don't know, Mr. Louis or whatever. You're gonna have to. Doctor
whatever.
barely cares.
He's checked out doing paperwork. Yeah, whatever.
He's fucking playing Subway Surfer.
I don't know.
Fucking
It's on Balatro.
No, you still here? Yeah, I'm not even sure why you're alive, but yeah, just
Dude, shut the fuck up and die. Get out of my face.
come back next week. or
Well, I
something.
got a 4 of a kind. Anyway,
So I was
your heart's gone.
Wow!
Speaking of hearts being gone, there's this really badass moment in Marvel where Magneto gets punched in the heart. He gets like fucking his heart ripped out. Then he controls magnetism. He keeps pumping the blood through his body. It's fucking cool. Shut up, dumb bitch. Go.
What is his heart made of metal?
Go fucking. No, your blood is, you fucking dumb bat.
No, metal is made of blood.
You, sir.
But he has like his one like really cool final moment where he gets back to Earth and he like fucking you. It's really cool. You guys will get it.
Pulse is gone.
You're gay bitch.
I'm gonna kill you. I've got a
BB
knife.
King is cooler than you, Louis Armstrong. Fuck you.
To plunge into your gut.
I've got a serrated sacrificial blade and I'm gonna jam it right in your fucking throat.
It's enchanted.
What's the name of the dagger? What's the name of the dagger? The fucking ritual dagger from Skyrim.
I don't remember. There's a lot of them, aren't
Shagon's
there?
Tooth?
The fact that you remember that is
Shagon's
incredible.
Tooth.
That's interesting because I don't remember at all.
I
Actually.
could be wrong. Shagon's Tooth sounds
Dude,
familiar.
I've been having the
urge
Is it
Yeah,
frustrating
yeah.
how regularly this happens? Where it's just
Yeah.
like I feel urges to go back to Skyrim and play it differently. You know,
Yeah.
because I know that like Stealth Archer is like the default way that because the game kind of leads you there. But like I've seen a lot of videos. It's getting really annoying seeing public. It's getting fucking. You seeing this shit? It's getting really annoying seeing public opinion on video games like constantly fucking flip flop all the goddamn time. Skyrim's the greatest game ever when it comes out. Then like, oh, actually, Skyrim fucking sucks. And then recently I saw one that's like, I just realized I always thought Skyrim sucked. After I used to really like it, I always thought Skyrim sucked, and now I went back and I played it, actually paying attention to alchemy,
Blade of
and actually paying
Woes.
attention to enchantments, and actually paying attention to all the other, actually all the other systems in the fucking game.
Oh,
And then
when
I
you-
realized, like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Oh,
It's
so
like,
we played the game.
whoa, you played the game? Whoa, no shit, the game that like sold 60 million copies is good. Whoa,
It blows my mind
I'm
how
having
people
a-
played the game so shallowly. Like,
yeah.
people didn't use conjuration. They didn't use fucking enchantment. They didn't get their fucking speaking ability up. It's like this game is so. It's a really robust.
I guess those are
game.
stupid people, right? They just
Yeah.
don't know. They don't understand. They're
Big sword
intimidated.
armor.
They're
the
probably
thing is for me,
intimidated.
well, the
Big
thing for
sword
me
armor.
is that like I didn't play with that stuff either, right?
Really?
I was a stealth archer warrior. I had a little bit of magic. I loved it because I understood. It's like, yeah, I understand that these systems are there. They're not my style right now. But like to be like, oh, this game sucks because there's not like enough systems. It's like I didn't interact with those at all. I liked my time with it a lot. And I've actually been thinking about like I started like last year like then I got pulled away from all the games that I had to cover. I started like a survival playthrough.
Oh,
Where
right.
like, you have to actually eat and like pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's sick.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's janky, sure, but like what the fuck you gonna do? It's not that good. It's a little jank. You know what I love? Majora's Mask.
yeah.
The fuck? They're all old games at a certain point are janky.
I just feel like
Get the
there's
fuck
so
over
many
it.
people just. I think you're
A
seeing like,
YouTuber gave a bad
there's,
opinion about it, and it's like, oh, I hate this. I fucking hate it now too. Everybody likes it. I hate this game.
Right.
I'm some white guy from fucking Nebraska.
Red Dead
I don't.
Redemption 2 Red Dead Redemption 2 story actually, even though it made me fucking cry and like think about it for 5 straight years. Now that I think about it, kind of gay and dumb.
yeah.
That's where
People just make dumb content all the time about like
That's me right
they're
now
trying
with
to convince people.
that's me right now with people saying, "Oh, Ahsoka Tano's a fucking Mary Sue." It's like, my nigga, so is Luke Skywalker, so is Anakin fucking Skywalker. Like, every main character is a Mary Sue. They're the main characters. That
To
is
varying
the
degrees,
point,
but yes, you're
to
right.
the point. That's the point of them. They
Yeah.
are meant to be
There's always-
abnormal from the status quo because they're the main character.
There's always abnormal like plot contrivances. That's kind of
Why did this character die all of a sudden? This kid's like, because of the fact that if this character died, the story would be over. There'd be no story. If fucking Luke got stabbed in the face by Vader, that's it.
There are things where it's just like them finding the dagger or whatever. It's like, come on. Like, that was ridiculous.
The thing is that all of that stuff,
The way that they
found it is like, oh, convenient.
Derek said it the best way possible. It is just make it believable.
Right.
All of
That's
this is
all.
bullshit.
That's
All of
it.
it's bullshit, but just make it believable, you know?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's literally the only thing to complain about. Is it's like, bro, we understand where the destination's supposed to go, where it's supposed to end up. Just make the journey believable. That's it. It's literally that simple. And I think it's just a laziness, right? You're like, I just want to make it shitty.
And if you can't make it believable, we'll make it fun.
Make it fun as fuck to where people don't care anymore.
Fun is,
like Bullet Train.
No. People will care.
Bullet Train
People
is
care.
fucking
Bullet Train is-
awesome.
People
Bullet
talk
Train-
down that movie so bad.
It's crazy to me.
And the movie's so fucking good.
To the point of everything that we've been saying. What the fuck?
That might be one of my favorite action movies in the last like 5 years easily.
It's one of those movies that like I have the urge to watch every once in a while. I was like, that was really fun. I kind of want to see that again.
It's
The whole movie was
ridiculous.
hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. There's so many good moments.
The characters are fucking fantastic.
The scene,
that one dude that's you know that one, the British version of you.
Oh, fucking what you call it?
I don't know him.
He's got like a weird. His name's like Tubbins or like Honey or something.
It's
It's tangerines,
Tangerine,
and lemons, right?
It's something like that.
Yeah, something
But
like
his
that.
real name is John Henry something, John Henry White or something like that.
Of course it is.
yeah.
Of course
He's
it is.
black. He's black. Of course, he's black. He's from the South. Of course, his fucking name.
Pick a name out of a hat. Type it.
Fucking type ass, fucking most niggified nigga name ever. But it's just like,
But you know what I saw?
it's great. That movie's so fucking.
It's fucking
fun.
really good.
The fucking shots when they were doing the thing when they were destroying the fucking the samurai his house in Japan, and it had the fire and the guy was bleeding and he came out with the rolling of fucking pistol on his arm.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking. I was like, this, and with the Oni mask on, I was like, this is
Really good.
awesome
The
looking.
cinematography is fantastic.
Even Bad Bunny's part was awesome too. He didn't even really do anything.
Great. He was great.
If any number of those
Made me a
shots
fan.
were in a Kojima game, people would be like,
He would be
this
like,
is
"Oh
fucking
my
great."
fucking god, Kojima."
You know what I saw? So
And they'd be right.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw an Instagram reel of some of the Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay of the chick, and seeing.
Oh
like,
yeah,
some of the,
she's the stealth one, right?
Yeah, and so I was seeing some of the gameplay, and I was looking at the comments, and the comments. This is what makes me mad about these people. The comments were all things that, if they were being objective, they'd be saying the same thing about like From Software games, because it was just like, oh man, it's the same thing over and over. It's copy. It's this.
Yeah.
The system was fine. I watched the gameplay. It was fine. I was like, it's what I expected it to be. But these people were complaining like it's like, oh, it's not. They didn't reinvent the wheel, and I'm like, you don't care about that though. We've played plenty of games where they don't reinvent the fucking wheel, and you like just stop.
That's the thing with Indiana Jones right now.
Stop.
Is that like I wanted Uncharted.
It's
You didn't want this thing that's actually new and weird and
And that's-
different and
that's a
actually
little
like doing
different?
something. Like,
it's an argument we
you.
have all the time where like people are like, it's fucking the whole Witcher thing. It's like, oh, the Witchers can't do this. It's like, dude, this canon came from people that act like they read the Witcher books. A lot of them did it. Some of them probably
wanna,
did.
like-
Some probably did, right? In the books, when they admit that there's like, oh, that's not canon because the games are canon. It's like, my nigga, most of the canon that people understand is the games, my guy.
I just want to beat them. So
You need to die fast on fire.
Beat them all, dude. Beat them all.
I'm so over it.
Anyway,
I'm so over people being
sidetrack.
dumb, man.
We got sidetracked.
Yeah, totally.
I don't remember where the fuck.
I want to just wear somebody's skin, bro.
Yeah.
Boys of Tijuana.
In a good way.
Sweeney flosses with his own piss.
Saw a video that said, "Do the Mass Effect franchise still hold up?" And this video was like a year old, and I was like, "Nigga, the fucking Legendary Edition just came out a few years ago. What do you mean?
And it got
What is this
good
video?
reviews.
It got grave reviews.
What is
literally.
this
Everybody loved it.
video? Like I didn't. Of course, I didn't watch it, but I just don't. I couldn't possibly understand what they would.
Well, you
even
know what
say.
it is? It's meant to engage you. Actually, like straight up, it's algorithm. It's literally like
Yeah,
pinpointed.
that's the reaction they want, really.
They would be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I gotta watch this shit. That's what I have to. That's why my Twitter thinks I'm a fucking conservative asshole. Because I fucking
Yeah, that's why.
I don't. I will stand by this. I do like fucked up shit, but I never ever ever tweet anything fucked up. I never tweet fucked up fucking right wing.
You probably
I've never done it.
interact with way too much weird shit.
That's the thing.
So mine. Oh, sorry, that just gave me a boner. Somebody's showing the bring back. This is an old. That's cool. So the Onimusha fucking look at this. So they replied to this from June. So it's like bring back Onimusha in the official Onimusha page on Twitter. Like okay,
Oh, nice.
just to a random person.
I love that.
Oh, that's so cool. And I was just seeing, look at that French piece of shit. Look at that guy. It's all,
I'm just here.
bro. The sword whip is so sick, man. Fuck.
I'm just here so I don't get killed. Did you hear about Lucanus's new brother, Suckanus?
Yes.
Star Coffee. I'm wiping my dad left after going to prison twice. Can I say it? Chris was right. American Dad is pretty funny. Roger's not as annoying as you said I am. Transfem Gremlin. Yush. Off work for a month, going full Hunter Biden. Chris barely started to read, and there was a knock at the door. Derek rose to answer. Oh my God, Willem Dafoe is here, he shouted.
This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be something.
This is
It's gonna be
good.
annoying.
Yeah.
Craig the Canadian. I'm Jimmy Olsen. It's your boy Shawnee D. And rest in peace, Jeff the Shark, dying from a cocaine overdose in Long Island. Friendly neighborhood sex offender is Cerberus Agent 267. The Rizzler found dead after being shot 25 times with cum bullets outside of a McDonald's play place in northern New Jersey. One day, in the middle of the street, I saw a wheelchair with a bit of blood and a colon on it. What do you think happened?
My ass.
My ass. Getting jerked off to completion by an arcade claw machine. I paid like $500. It was not worth it. 3XO, getting no work done because of diarrhea. God save me. My bowel movement was so bloody. I named my toilet Sandy Hook. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Goku and Chi-Chi both speak with hick dialects in Japan, hence the dubbed being Southern. Halen Hake, Leyland Lake, Jalen Jake, Kalen Cake, Leyland Lake, Malin Make, Nalen Nake, Oalen Wake, Qualen Quake, Raylan Rake. Obi-Wan Shablomi, waiting for the Sween Hunter tier. I want his pelt. Kremlin to Gremlin. Amanda Kiss and Hug. Drinking Squirrel Girls, Colon Sweat, Mr. Beast, or Mr. Meast, Blinding Kids. Lee Harvey Oswald right before the shooting, yelling, "If they set that Kennedy free, it'll be the end of all of us." No. I saw Daddy sucking Santa under the mistletoe. Walter White voice, "Jesse, why did you do a corn music video for Thoughtless? Song is ass. We need to cook." Wage Slave 583. Papini Brothers, Carl Urban daring Jack Quaid to stick his hand in a deep fryer on the Novocaine movie. For the Novocaine movie. Donkerson, Oi Yui, this was going to be a... Oi Yui, this was gonna be a colon joke, but the cunts done killed it in the same fucking episode they started it. We murdered that thing. Gade 6 PP sent my t-shirt submission to Snark Tank Team Gmail. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, we lost it last episode. Subject is Verily. Merry Christmas, Gaylords. Me be fishy. Jay Leno witnessing 9/11. Turning to the person beside him and saying, "You seeing this?" It's good. John Strickland, Mercs 1889. Sween takes bendy straws to the bathroom because he likes to take a piss. The first church to keep David. Fun fact: people who collect Pez dispensers are called Pezophiles.
Apparently, this is a dad bod.
Okay. What kind of dad is that?
It's crazy. It's a dad that like doesn't take care of his kids. Clearly.
I'm just like, come on. And it isn't rage bait. Apparently, that's why I'm like.
Yeah,
I was
dude. I know this is like obviously.
It's literally just not toned. It's fit but not toned.
He's just not. He's not like competition ready. Like I'm gonna just lose the last bit of water and be like fucking like now you can see how sweet my abs are. Like that. Literally, it takes a weekend of pizza, like looking like completely, and then just being that. Like it's incredible, like how the body can transform, and that guy's in fantastic shape. Obviously, is what I'm saying.
I watch I know this is like obviously bullshit. This is like obviously to get engagement. I know, but like watching like these things where like the young men are like talking to these women like, I need a man that makes at least $150K. It's like bitch. The
fact that you do watch that, you don't. That's why they think you're a fucking right wing guy.
I don't know. I just click it. I'm like, this has to be. I click it for the comments. The comments make me laugh every time.
Right, but like
I understand it's like
the heavy misogyny group of people are the ones consuming that content.
I know they don't know that I'm like I don't know I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'm like yeah.
I think you're just them. Really,
I'm not. That's crazy.
I think you're trying to pretend like you aren't.
If I've been put on a fucking long game, I'd be like,
I guess so. It must be.
I guess I'm not. Yeah.
Because I just don't interact with it.
I think it's funny. I think looking at
what's funny about
hilarious. People's comments saying shit that's bananas cartwheels.
This is why.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's boring and played out.
I think it's insane.
I just think those bitches be hitting. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't talk to them.
Sweeney carries.
Like, that's a lot, girl.
Sweeney carries a Falmer in the gap in his teeth. The limoncello makes a man scream and kicks a man's head off. Pre-Roz, I can definitely impregnate Sweeney's tooth gap. Blake 896. Who do you think you are? I am. Team R. Do you think Brian Thompson's last word was whoa?
Yeah, hopefully.
It's probably oof.
It was the most. Oof. It's the most wonderful
Your
time.
Your head is so much in the shot more than usual.
Fuck yeah! I think I moved slightly to the right.
I was just.
It is. I don't know, man. That one.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we just push the table a little bit away from the wall. Maybe
we'll figure it out. Like we'll
figure it out.
Yeah.
Proceeds to not. It's the most wonderful time to be queer.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
No.
There's that song. Did you see that? There's like
Summer,
a tweet.
I guess.
There's a tweet that was going around that made me chuckle because it was like these 3 people writing the Christmas song, where there's just like there'll be something for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow, and it's like some guy who understands Christmas, and it's like that line, and then it's a guy who has no idea what the fuck Christmas is. And there'll be scary ghost stories and tales of old glories of Christmases long, long ago. I'm like, that is a weird. That is a like why
not,
like ghost stories.
I don't want that
for Christmas.
I didn't think
Who
it was
wrote
like the
this?
Christmas Carol guy. Or
Yeah,
like,
it has to be him.
Because I'm like, I don't want ghost stories at Christmas.
I hate how it feels right now. Everything feels so grossly not.
It's like
Christmas.
80 degrees.
I want to feel the Christmas.
It's really
cheer,
weird, man.
But I'm immune to it almost. I've never loved Christmas ever. I've never been like a really big fan of it.
Cut that off before he says Christmas.
Yeah,
I've never loved really.
yeah, I never.
Yeah,
I've never
really. I
loved.
can't feel shit.
I don't know. Alaskan Oilfield Trash, Kazuhira, most of MGS5 is filler Miller, Texas Tater Salad, Young Sheldon being swang into Sweeney's fat head, Steve Urkel viciously raping Johnny Five for science, Plankton, owner of the Blum Bucket, Nikki Ziggy, 50 Shades of Gay, Paul Joseph Watson's hands here, Dennis Prager ain't doing too well. He is next. Preheated, he slaps him. Preheated Toast, Sorry Miss Jackson, Badly Brave, Dog the Baby Hunter,
I love that.
Aetherian needs help lowering his weapon to Halo 3, Orange Man Hunter, Nafram, Melphis 1, and rounding out our list as always, the illustrious king of haphazard.
One granola bar.
Wow! He hasn't eaten in fucking years. He's been in a coma in the hospital for years.
They give him a piece of this.
Yeah.
And he's so excited.
The rest of it's mine. I'm a doctor. I need my strength.
And I didn't
You are so gracious.
So you need a new heart. I'm hearing.
I,
Yeah. How am I alive?
Well, Mr. Armstrong, I'm not quite sure. We're probably going to study you.
Maybe because your strong arms, Armstrong.
Yeah, you're must have to do with your lineage of strong-armed.
Strong arms, Louis.
Yeah, Lewis.
Ah!
I'm lucky to be alive. Thank you for the granola.
You can't leave the hospital. We have you hooked up to electrodes to keep you alive. You have no heart. I hope you're aware.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you. We
My
gotta
life
go.
is a lie.
Let's
right.
leave.
I cheated
Bye.
on my,
Let's
cheated on
leave.
my wife.
Bye.
I am a pedophile.
What?